Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
It is here. How you doing? I am Dan Day with my crew's Dan Vladimir Lewis on. Vlad, I'm going to open with a question. Is there any better feeling than walking into a bar, maybe Duffy's in Plantation? Say hi to Sabrina.
I miss you, baby.
I didn't expect that, but good. Or you go to On the Rocks, or you go to Bob's Your Uncle like I did last night. You walk into a bar, you want to grab a drink, and you look up on the TV, and there's football on. Is there any better feeling than that, Vlad?
I'm letting you know right now because I'm writing it under my name.
I mean, there's okay. There might be
a lot of.
There might be one or two other better feelings than that, but
Nookie,
seriously,
come on.
it's pretty darn good.
It's right up there with Nookie.
No, I mean it's close. Yeah, I mean, no. I don't want to get into all the details of my day yesterday, but
no, bro, man, Thursday was listen. Last Saturday was great.
Okay, let's replay a little bit.
Actually, last Thursday when we had the Colorado,
North Dakota State,
which
you, Big Mike, Sabrina, Justin, Sean, general manager over at Duffy's, we had a great time, by the way.
Yes, we did, and then.
Thursday.
Then we had Saturday's great win by the Canes over the Gators, and it was literally week 1 of college football. And then we had a good game Sunday night. Fortunately, your team lost. Monday, Florida State lost, which made everybody down here very happy.
I was very happy about that. Once again, wait. Who said before the season started that DJ Ungalele ain't gonna make it through the season? He ain't no good. Nah, popular opinion has shifted my way, by the way. Not trying to pile on, but I was right. Go ahead.
And Thursday, we started back with the NFL.
Woo! What a game.
It was a great game.
I couldn't talk afterwards. Literally because I was screaming
end.
all night. But
and then Friday night was a good game. And then we back at it today, starting at 6 p.m. I mean, there's some great games in college football. Texas, Michigan,
Arkansas, Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. What else you got? You got Nebraska versus Colorado tonight, NC State, Tennessee.
But tonight,
the game that we care about,
all about you.
Yeah.
University of Miami, the Hurricanes versus FAMU Rattlers. The other day, you and I and Omar Kelly were working, and Omar Kelly kept talking about this win that FAMU had over Miami. That was in 1979. He neglected to mention that. Made it sound like it was in the 90s or something. No, 1979. No, I ain't throwing no hate at FAMU unless they start beating the U earlier today. Should be a great game. So excited. You know, there's talk of there being a letdown because they were so good and so high against the Florida Gators, but also maybe they're not taking this week as serious as they should because they're playing a SWAC team out of the FCS division. Yeah, I just want to win, and we're gonna get pregame started at 2:00. Vladimir and I will take you up to that. I'm just excited, man. Football is back. Are you going to the game tonight, Vlad?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. You're gonna be well. I would say, are you wearing Miami colors? But I mean, they both have the same colors, so. Oh, he's flow grown. He's not, you're not flow grown, but go ahead, wear that shirt, represent.
Yeah, you've lived down here for 30 years. I'm part of the community.
Don't be like that.
I got to.
You can't represent Brooklyn then say that you're flow grown.
I got to do a residency.
I'm gonna agree to disagree on that one.
I got to do a residency.
Oh, you are all about the U. That's what it's about.
I'm all about the U.
Shoot, the U's better than LSU. I can tell you that much. Woo. Talk about people that are getting a hard time. Brian Kelly, you were already an unpopular person to begin with. You got to win. Okay, well, so today, basically, we're going to have Daniel Solana on at around 12:20 today. He's going to talk a little bit about the U. We're going to talk a little bit about the Dolphins. He's also going to drop some Inter Miami knowledge just to kind of break things up. But for the most part, it's all about the U. So excited. Cam Ward. Maybe Cam McCormick can get another touchdown catch today. Why not? Tight ends, you know, they almost, in the first game of this season, their tight end production almost equaled all of last year's tight end production. Vlad, did you know that?
Really?
Yeah. We'll go over the stats later. I looked at it, I was like, Whoa.
So that would be like for tomorrow if Jonnu Smith catches a touchdown.
You've far surpassed last year. Yeah. But yeah, like literally they had one touchdown catch by a tight end last year. They did that with Cam McCormick on the first touchdown of the season. And they were like 20 yards away from surpassing last year's tight end production. It's all about the TE. I mean, it's tight end university, man. TEU, not to be confused with FAMU. Let's get to some quick headlines before we get into anything else. Number 12, by the way. Vlad, can we do this? If the season ended today, Miami would be in the playoffs. So you'd be right.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not going to give you flowers. I'll give you a flower for that.
But I mean, I'm just saying, it's not the 12th ranked team. It's the 12 teams that the committee feels is worthy to be in the playoff. And everybody's been on Miami. Remember, we were playing Feinbaum,
Heather Dinich,
and like a lot of people were saying that Miami with the talent and especially with Cam Ward being the quarterback, that Miami would, not even surprising, would be a team competing for a playoff spot in the ACC. And after you saw Clemson get their ass handed to Georgia,
yeah, called that
Florida
one too.
State 0-2.
Called that one. Man, I'm wrong about a lot of things, but I'm also right about some things.
The ACC is UM's to lose.
Yeah, Florida State. And I mean, they're going to have to switch quarterbacks. That's a no doubter. So I'm at Funky Buddha on Mondays, as always. Love it. Mike, our bartender, one of the managers, Alex, comes up, and he's a Florida State alum. And he was like, oh, we got a game tonight. I was like, if you don't get rid of that DJ Ngalele, you guys are in trouble. I go, he's not going to make it through the season. He comes back about 40 minutes later and goes, I don't think he's going to make it through this game. I was like, yeah.
FSU's look nasty.
You've got a new quarterback. No,
they've had a nasty 2024.
And they haven't played good teams.
Ever since
quote unquote good teams.
Ever since Jordan Travis
got hurt,
their only win is against the Florida Gators. That's nasty work, Florida. You're bad too.
Once again, Billy Napier not going to make it past the Central Florida
all
game.
their guys, understandably, I understood. Understandably, after not making it to the college football playoffs, they decided to
right. And I mean, I'm not going to hold them on that one.
Georgia's Georgia, so they got their ass handed to them down here, right?
That was not the prettiest game if you're an FSU fan.
No, it wasn't. All right.
And then you get DJ Ngalele. Not going to make it through the season, man. I hope you got that NIL money in advance.
So, and then you start the season. First game, week 0, you're in Ireland.
Yep.
Georgia Tech.
Yep. Not supposed to be a good team.
Took it to you. And then you open at home.
Yeah, they outplayed you, by the way.
Dude, not only did you lose 2 games, you've lost 3 out of your last 4 games.
And you lost 2 ACC games, by the way. You opened 0-2 in the ACC.
You lost 2 conference games. Like, you've lost 2 conference games. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
You are done. And all that good mojo last year, it seems like all for nothing. All for nothing. Nonetheless, number 12, Miami. They host FAMU today at 6. We got the pregame starting at 2. We'll have the game. We'll have the postgame. The Rattlers did defeat the Canes back in 1979, before I was even born. But, you know, the FAMU, you know what? Hold on now. Hold on. Anything can happen. Sources say the Dolphins and Jalen Ramsey have agreed to a 3-year, $72 million extension that would make him the top-paid cornerback in the NFL. Of course, Miami opens the season at home tomorrow at 1 against the Jaguars, and that 3-year, $72 million extension for Jalen Ramsey, he's questionable. Look,
questionable after you got the bag.
I know. Look, here's $72 million. Get out there. Vlad, we'll say it again, and we'll say it till we're blue in the face. I give major respect to Chris Greer, Stephen Ross, and this organization. They have given the players no excuses. No excuses this year, Vlad. But there's injuries. No, none of that. They've done everything that you could have asked for them. They paid everybody. What more do you want? As a Dolphins fan, you can't ask for anything other than go out there and earn your money. Am I right? And I'm not saying they need to win a playoff game. Omar, the other day, we didn't have enough time for me to really get on him. And I hope Omar's listening. You know, I love you, bro. He said, I just want to see improvement. And I said, improvement means winning a playoff game and advancing to the playoffs. And you held him to that too. And he said, that doesn't mean anything as long as they're just a better team. As a Dolphins fan, if you don't make the playoffs, but you're a quote unquote better team, is that improvement? I don't think so. They got to first of all, we put it out there, and we're putting it out there again. Got to win the AFC East. You got to win a playoff game. You got to get to the AFC Championship game. Other than that, complete failure this year. Well, not complete, but it is a failure this year. And maybe
wait. Are they really in pressure to win?
Yes.
You think so?
I mean, they're all in.
All right, but I'm just saying everybody's getting their bag. So everybody's got. It's like they've extended this window. They've opened up the window a little bit.
Okay.
So
equate it to a poker hand where you put 90% of your chips in. If you don't win that hand, how do you feel?
I feel bad, but if I got years and I have money to rebuy,
I said you still got 10% of your money.
But then I also got rebuys.
You're not happy, Vlad.
I'm not happy, but I may lose. But if I got 3 more years,
am I unreasonable?
I got rebuys. You're reasonable. No,
okay,
don't get it twisted.
Thank you.
But I don't think that's their thought process, because it's not. Look,
I know, and we have to be patient. We're never patient, but
Tua had to get paid. Tyreek didn't really necessarily have to get paid. Waddle had to get paid. Waddle and Tua had to get paid.
They did.
Jalen still had another year. They took care of him. It's great. But when you're taking care of these guys, your core, your nucleus, is it really?
So were they buying themselves years? Are they buying themselves 3 years? Is that what this money is about? Buying time?
Let me tell you this right now. Because if I'm Tua's people's, right? And Tua, you're saying, oh, we need to win the playoff. Tua's contract doesn't kick in till next year.
No, none of them do, really.
Yeah, right. So so it's like, yeah, when the money does kick in, that's when the pressure starts. I'm just saying.
Okay. So are you okay with what Omar said? That as long as this team is just better?
No, I'm not. I was like, well, look, you saw what I looked at him.
Yeah, as a Dolphins fan, are you okay?
I challenged them. Like, no, bro, you can't do that. Let's look at this team over the last.
You know what? You show results.
You showed results, but listen, you've shown that you're a good team. Okay, from even the previous regime, he finished 9-8, and I believe. No, he finished 11-5 and 9-8, something to that effect, right? Flores. Then you got McDaniel that came in. McDaniel's taking you to back-to-back playoff.
Yeah, one of them against Buffalo, where you're a third-string quarterback, now second-string quarterback. Skylar Thompson was quarterback. Cool. Well, another one that was in the freezing cold. Because we're making excuses for everything. By the way, you know who's not making excuses about things?
What?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, listen, they got 15, and
man, they look good the other night. Did they not look good?
Of course. Dude, Buffalo Bills. Do you know the Bills gave Kansas City Xavier Worthy and Patrick Mahomes?
What's going on with them?
Anyway.
That's why they're going to lose the AFC East this year.
9-8, first year with McDaniel. Wild card. That was a good game. Skylar wasn't great.
They were down early, though.
They were down early.
Let's not act like it was nip and tuck.
No, they battled back. They battled back and made it close. Let's not get it. Let's not
get it twisted. But we act like we were there.
Following year,
Tua stays healthy. No, wait.
Yes. He stayed healthy.
Year 3. Stays healthy.
He stayed healthy.
Couldn't beat anybody worth a snot.
2 games improvement. 2-game improvement.
Couldn't beat anybody worth snot.
You went from 9-8 to 11-6.
Yeah, and that means something.
But it means something. But there's the flip.
There's a caveat.
There's a flip to it.
There's a warning.
You could have been better than that and actually host a playoff game.
And you held your own destiny in your own hands, which is what every team wants.
And you dropped the ball.
And don't make excuses about weather because you lost to Buffalo at home.
So in this year with Buffalo taking some losses with players, you have one of their players, but they've lost a lot of key contributors, not knowing what's going on in New York. Everybody's handing them the road, the title of the AFC and being a surprise team, but you still got to play it on the field. And you guys re-signing literally everybody, a lot of key components. You're right. They got to not only get to the playoffs, but they need to win a playoff game. But is it really a rush? Is there any pressure when everybody's gotten paid already? Like, do they have to win it this year, or can they just take another step, like Omar was saying, an improved step? But what's an improved step?
winning a playoff game is
That's it, right? That's got to be it. Isn't that why everything's 24 minutes? Every meeting's 24 because it's
he said that was fake, but
yeah, well, whatever. They wouldn't come up with it.
My thing is this:
it's been 24 years since you won a playoff game.
And this is the other thing. I don't want to hear the injury excuse anymore because every team has injuries. And you know what? They don't give awards to teams that should have won whatever.
I owe you, Dan Kuzan. You're so right. Listen, this ain't video games, man.
Right?
All right. We can't take simulation out and put it on arcade or no fatigue. I would love to see that. I think every team would love to see.
I think everyone wants that.
Hey, if all our guys are healthy, let's see who's really better. Right? Don't you think that?
I agree 100%.
All right, but it does. But
that's not the world we live in.
That's not the.
And like I said,
NFL.
They do not give out trophies and championships to teams that should have won anything. So stop it. But if no buts. You know what? In real life, same thing. I don't know. I'm getting a little carried away. Let's talk about some other things. The Heat, they have picked up the 4th-year option on Nikola Jovic and a 3rd-year option on Jaime Jaquez Jr. for the 2025-2026 season. The Marlins, 16-2 last night. They lost to Philadelphia. They play again today at 4. Miami, they can start Darren McCaughan, while the Phillies, they will let Aaron Nola take the mound. 16-2, Vlad.
Oh man, Aaron Nola's with you?
Yeah, and you got the ace on the mound for LSU ace Aaron Nola on the mound.
Yeah, it could be a shutout.
And you know why they lost 16-2. Yesterday was another theme day. So anytime that people actually come to the park and want to enjoy a game, the Marlins give them no reason to come back.
Could get your ass beat by 14 day?
Yeah, that's get drunk at the end of the first inning because who cares?
Lose by a football score?
16-2. At least they got the safety.
Well, they got two. They also got two 2-point conversions scored on them as well.
Yeah. Well, you don't know how they got to 16, but yeah. The NFL has officially started. The Chiefs won a thriller against the Ravens, 27-20. While last night in Brazil, the Eagles down the Packers 34-29. Jordan Love did get hurt at the end of the game. We do not know his status right now. And that was a big one right there.
Yeah, that's my fantasy quarterback in my big fantasy league. That looked bad.
Yeah, he was trying to make a little something out of nothing, and
that looks
at the end of the game.
That looks like 6 to 8 weeks.
Ooh, that's not good.
I'm just saying.
That's not good. Inter Miami, they do not play tonight. They have off. They'll be back next Saturday. The Panthers have announced 19 theme nights for the upcoming season. They include Italian Fest, October 17th, Pride Night, January 18th, Black History Night, February 8th, and Patty Fest, sponsored by Jameson Irish Whiskey, March 8th.
I'm definitely there for Black History Night.
What about Star Wars Night, January 29th? That's always a popular one.
No.
Okay. I don't know where I'm going to be. Probably there. I don't know. FIU, they opened Pitbull Stadium today, 6:00 against Central Michigan, while FAU plays at home at noon against Army. Ooh. Does tennis excite you? You should be excited about tennis.
Oh man, Francis Tiafoe, man, he choked.
Taylor Fritz got him.
He choked. He choked. 40-15, 5-4. He could have made it 5-5. Put all the pressure on Fritz, and then he choked. 2 double faults, and it was Rap City. Fritz just took over.
I like both guys. I mean, it's a win-win.
You're rooting for the American, obviously. He's going against Sinner from Italy.
I like Taylor Fritz because he met his girlfriend on a dating app. Seriously, that's the reason I like him.
That's the reason why?
That's the only reason why, too, by the way.
Nah, come on. Tiafoe had a great run, but yeah, man. I think this was their only shot to win because when you have
you got to play Yannick Sinner, though.
Alcaraz is out, Djokovic was out, this was your best chance.
One of our top bad ones, Jessica Pegula.
Yes, playing today, this afternoon.
In the final. Ariana Sabalenka.
She's good.
Now, remember, Jessica Pegula, her pops owns the Buffalo Bills. So she could have lived a life of luxury because her dad's a billionaire. Decided to work her you-know-what off, and now she has a chance to win the U.S. Open. I like her because one time they were talking about how consistent she was, and she won a match, and she goes, I'm going home to drink a beer. And she's Coco Gauff's friend, too.
Yes.
Are you excited about the U.S. men's national team facing Canada today at 4 in an international friendly?
No.
St. Thomas Aquinas did beat Columbus 42-6. Both are defending state champions. A little high school action right there. That came out wrong. Speaking of coming out wrong, let's take a step into the day spa. A wedding etiquette expert says you can leave a reception early only after telling the bride and groom thank you.
Yeah.
I'm never leaving a wedding reception early unless the beer runs out.
Unless, I mean, if you have to, yeah, but you gotta wait for them to do that table walk.
Okay. Free beer though, free food.
No, by the
bad
time,
ones running
it all
around.
depends on where you're sitting. Because if you're like the 18th table, by the time they walk around, you've been drunk, you've drunk and eaten the food already.
I don't like that sitting. I don't like the seating arrangement. I like a free form wedding
Nah,
reception.
sit your ass down, bro.
No,
I don't need.
look, buffet, open bar, dance floor.
I don't need your relic ass wandering around. No, this ain't about you. It's about the couple. Sit your ass down.
No, it's not. The wedding is for people that attend, not for
No,
people
it's
that are
not.
getting married.
No, it's not, because then they wouldn't have to just invite your ass.
Will you invite me to your wedding?
No, not after your declaration that you'd be walking around. I told you to sit there and put your ass down. No,
I act right. If you
Don't
want me to sit
matter.
down, I'll sit down.
Well,
I said I prefer. A preference is different from what I do. I prefer a lot of things. Doesn't mean I always do them. Up next, we're going to hear Mario Cristobal talk to our dude Joe Rose. We're going to hear some of the stuff Mario Cristobal had to say about last game and this FAMU game coming up here on 560 WQAM.
the free Odyssey app. Don't miss out. Download it today and make WQAM your favorite station.
It is all about the U today. University of Miami Hurricanes versus Florida A&M University, the Rattlers. I know they got a lot of FAMU fans down here. Much love to them. Come on in here, get that paycheck, and get out. We take care of business. Mario Cristobal riding a high right now. Big win against Florida. And I wouldn't even say, Vlad, I'm going to ask you, that wasn't a signature win, because I would say last year's Texas A&M game was more of a signature win.
No.
Is that for his time here at Miami?
He has no signature
win. He has no signature win. Can today be a signature win? Be honest. That's a rhetorical question. Let's talk Mario Cristobal, though. Mario Cristobal joined our dude, Joe Rose. If you're ever up in the early morning from 6 to 10, Joe Rose got you covered. He was talking to Mario Cristobal earlier this week. I love Mario Cristobal. He ain't worried about last week. He's worried about FAMU.
All in all, just a very solid performance. But, man, there's a lot of stuff on tape that we got to get better at. We quickly put that one to bed and put all our focus on FAMU and getting better.
You got to like that, Vlad, right? Look, done. We beat them. Now it's time to move on. We're all focused on FAMU, right?
Yeah, because, look, I mean, really look at, you have to beat your op, right? That's your op. It's in-state op. It's the in-state rival. You got to beat them.
Trying to win the state championship.
Right, but necessarily you knew that you were better than that team, so you just had to prove it, which they did. They don't, to me, have another maybe competitive game, maybe up until the Virginia Tech or California game. Okay, South Florida, maybe?
South Florida, I'm going to say that's going to be a competitive game.
Okay, so that's because it's within state, but
it's in
the
state.
Talent, I mean, they might know each other, but
go in there. You should beat South Florida.
Yeah, you should beat South Florida.
I'm going to let you say it one time today, Vlad. You coined this phrase many times. The game today is like, you always call these games a certain game that, gets you right.
Oh, this is a chicken soup for the soul game.
One time. There you go. It's a chicken soup for the soul day if you're a Miami Hurricanes football player. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, this is it. Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
So you asked Mario Cristobal, look, you see what's going on in the ACC? Not the greatest week. Maybe you're the best team in the ACC. Mario Cristobal said,
We're deep in a FAMU. I mean, I don't really watch other, not many games. I get games cut up for me. So at the end of every weekend, I got about a 400, 500 play reel where I could go through specific plays, schematically, situational football. But in terms of just sitting there watching it, we just don't have time. We're preparing for a really good football team coming in with an absolute stud of a quarterback. If you want to talk about quarterbacks, that's a local guy. That's a player of the year. That's got a lot to prove, and we got to be at our best. So all focus is on FAMU.
Mario Cristobal saying, I don't even watch other games. I'll watch our games, and I get ready for the next week. You got to love that. FAMU does have a very good quarterback, by the way. You heard Mario Cristobal make reference to that. He's a local guy. He was player of the year in the SWAC last year. They're 2-0 on the season, by the way. Remember, you and I, we didn't watch it together, but separately, we watched them defeat Norfolk State week 0, and then they beat South Carolina State last week. So they got some talent.
Got a good band, too.
The 100 marching band, because their knees don't go 90 degrees. They go 100 degrees. Omar Kelly. A lot of references to Omar Kelly today. I guess because, FAMU. He's the only person I know from FAMU. So, yeah. Okay. Mario Cristobal, though, talking about the big Florida win. He's really, really happy. Of course, he's looking forward to FAMU, but he's really, really happy for the fan base.
We're just ready to move forward and get better. Super proud of the guys. Happy for our fan base. Great to see our fan base energized. I mean, I feel like by the end of the game, it went from 4,000 to 15,000 in there, and they were hilarious. They were absolutely insane, and I was great for our players to see that and feel that. And I tell you, they're looking forward to seeing a great crowd on Saturday.
Yeah, if you're a U fan, you deserve it. What a great win. What a great time. With that being said, Vlad, actual attendance today. I'm going to go 45.
I still think 35.
Okay. I was saying 50, but I'm starting to temper down a little bit.
No, because I heard
What'd you hear?
that people were asking for tickets after the UF victory.
That is true.
The Gator victory. So, but then
Now, if they were playing somebody like, I know I'm not trying to diminish.
No, then
FAMU.
listen, we all know the games that people are gonna try to come out for, especially if they're good. We know the Florida State game, it's gonna be packed because it's the rivalry. What else? I don't really
I mean,
understand.
if it were an
Do they have
ACC
any other?
if it were an ACC opponent, I would expect
No,
there
but
to be a good crowd.
No. The team is the fan base. There's the hardcore, and then there's the oh my god, it's a big game. I have to be out there type of.
Okay, good question for you, Vlad. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, which we always do. I don't know why we say that we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. If they go undefeated into Virginia Tech on that Friday night, the 27th of September, what do you expect the actual attendance? Because we don't do ticket sales.
That would be a sellout because I'm gonna say, and I'll tell you why. Because
it's spicy.
Friday night,
yes.
Virginia Tech, so people are familiar with who Virginia Tech is.
ACC opener.
ACC opener, and it's probably an ESPN game, so it's a televised game. It's a night game.
See, I think that'll hurt.
Nah,
attendance.
It won't.
It's not 1995 anymore. It used to be like, oh, you got to go out and represent. Now it's like, oh, it's on TV.
But if you look at the schedule, the real big game is really at home. The only big home games at Florida is against Florida State.
Yes, I'm a little worried about that Cal game. That's the only thing I could be just, a worry wart, but just traveling across the country, California, Vlad, especially, I'm just saying. Now, one thing I do know about the U, I like Mario Cristobal. I like his style. He said, we are not the NFL. You got to practice if you want to play.
Absolutely not. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you have to get after it. And if you can't practice Tuesday and Wednesday, you really can't play on Saturday. Okay. I mean, let's call it what it is. These aren't professional players. They're college players. Now, if there's a guy that's limited, dude, of course, we do not put anyone in harm's way. Never will we do that. But you have to practice a certain way, and that's not a lot to ask for. And if you go down to Tuscaloosa in the days of Coach Saban, if you drive down here at Green Street in the days of Jimmy Johnson, or up to Athens, Georgia, they're doing it exactly the same way. It's football. It will always be a physical game. You got to be physical when it's time to be physical, and you got to pull back a little bit when it's time to pull back. But Tuesday and Wednesday is not the time to pull back.
Woo! Gets me excited. He's not playing around, man. You got to practice to play. You don't practice Tuesday and Wednesday, we're not putting you in harm's way, but you got to practice. He's pretty much saying that. Look, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Odell Beckham Jr. is an example. Jalen Ramsey, that's you.
Yeah, you can say that now, but that's not going to happen very, very shortly.
I'm just saying.
With the NIL money that these guys are getting.
I know. I'm just saying, Mario Cristobal saying you got to practice to play.
Sounds good right now.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Sounds good right now.
He's expecting something out of his guys. I like that they're getting physical. They're getting after it on Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't get hurt, though. I'm a little nervous. Nonetheless, let's talk about some of the individual players. One of the standouts this past week, Xavier Restrepo. He is everything we thought he was going to be. I even say more than that. It looked like Cam Ward. He is his number one guy, his safety blanket. Mario Cristobal giving kudos to Xavier Restrepo.
X played like X does, man. I mean, he is a super competitor, not a good or great. He's a super competitor, and he's just, if it's in the air, he's going to find a way to come down with it. And you see what he's done with his physique, his explosiveness. I mean, he's really become just a different level guy.
He really is a different level guy this year. He looks even better than last year. I know he got hurt a little bit, but he looks like that guy, making great catches. You got to feel really confident that you got a great quarterback, and now you've got a great duo between Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo. He is that safety blanket whenever things get tough, or just you need a couple of yards here and there, or a first down. You got to feel as though Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo is the way to go. Absolutely, man. He has been as good as advertised. And speaking of as good as advertised, yes, Cam Ward, you got to talk to the coach about your quarterback and how he played. And Mario Cristobal had great things to say, of course.
What really stood out more than anything is that if he had a bad play, he followed it up with a great response. Like he'd go down there and drive, score again, follow up with a big play. Like the dude was just never, ever was affected by the previous snaps.
Telling you, short memory quarterback, Cam Ward. Today, not so much of a measuring stick. Maybe you just want to kind of have him go out there, take care of business, and get
he
him
should
out.
be done by the third quarter, bro.
I hope so. I mean, yeah.
He should be done by the third quarter.
You're going to get the backup Hoffenberger. see what he's got to offer. But yeah, you should be done. It should be an easy. When I say easy, it should be a day where you go out there and just take care of business. That's the thing you're expecting from Cam Ward. That's what you're expecting from the starters. You're expecting hopefully to get some run on the other guys, get them some experience, and play their game. All starts at 6 o'clock. Pre-game going to start right here at 2 o'clock. Vladimir and I will lead you up to that. And then, of course, the post-game run until about 1 o'clock in the morning. This is all about the U right here on 560 WQAM. Up next, more Dolphins, more Miami Hurricanes. Getting ready for Miami versus FAMU. 6 o'clock kickoff here on 560 WQAM.
Hurricane season. Keep an eye
History shows that FAMU can defeat the Canes today. 1979, they did it. They're 1-10 against the U, but they have won that one game, so it could happen. I want to talk about some other good history, Vlad. The Miami Dolphins, teams that have done what the Dolphins have done the past 2 seasons, which is lose 2 wild card games in a row. Well, history shows it's been pretty good. 2 teams have lost 2 wild card games in a row. Then the third year, guess what? New York Giants. After missing the playoffs that previous 2 seasons, the Giants lost wild card games to Carolina and Philadelphia 2005, 2006. Then they defeated the undefeated New England Patriots 17-14 in the Super Bowl to cap the 2007 season. Want some more history? Get a hold of this. The other team that did it, losing 2 wildcard games in a row, that third year, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lost wildcard games in convincing fashion to the Eagles in 2000, 21-3, and 2001, 31-9. Then they beat the Raiders in the 2002 Super Bowl. So does that mean if history is any indicator, you should be buying your tickets to New Orleans soon?
Not for the Dolphins.
So you don't believe in history?
No.
History does repeat itself now.
But you lose 2 times in the playoffs.
A wild card.
In a wild card, the third time you're gonna win. So wait, so why would you?
Maybe it's all part of the master plan.
Why would you want to make the wild card? Why don't you just win the division?
Because this is the master plan. Chris Greer and those guys realized this is what we're going to do.
I don't think so.
We're going to get to the wild card and lose 2 times in a row because the 2 previous teams that have done that have gone on to win the Super Bowl.
The third consecutive year?
That third year.
The third time or just the third consecutive year?
So wild card loss, Super Bowl.
Right. But was it back to back to back?
Yeah, it has to be back-to-back years.
Okay.
That because that made no sense because
I don't remember the Giants. I don't remember the Giants making the playoffs back to back years with Eli.
They did.
What was that 05?
They lost 2 wild card games, and I mentioned them.
No. I do, but I'm just trying to. But hey, hold on.
Well, what are we holding on for?
There's different context. Giants might have lost a wild card game, but they might have been hosting the game. They might have been a division winner. Miami wasn't a division winner in any of their wild card losses. I think the Giants lost a game to the Eagles.
Well, we just went over it. I'll repeat it for you.
Yeah. Who was the 2 teams they lost to?
They lost to Carolina and Philadelphia. 2005 Carolina, 2006 Philadelphia. Then they beat the undefeated Patriots 17-14.
2005 Carolina, they lost at home.
Okay.
Nasty loss. 2006 Eagles. I want to think, is that the Michael Vick game?
A loss is a loss.
You know what? Yes, a loss is a loss, but different. The context means a lot. If you were hosting 2 home games and then you lost, maybe it was good that you had to be a wild card on the road to win.
Now, remember, the Giants were a wild card that third year, too, and they won the
right. But that wild card, they didn't win the division, though. They weren't a division winner. See, Miami's never won a division and hosted a wild card game. They would have done that last year. Because now that there's only one team that gets the bye now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe now, if it's a different context, like they win the division, but they still have to host the game, then I could see that. I could see that because then you get that monkey off the back. You host a playoff game and you win a playoff game. Now you're playing, even though the fan base would want them to keep going further. Now they're playing a little bit looser because they accomplished one of the goals, and then now when you're going for the next goal, it's not so much pressure. I still don't see it though.
What to watch for the Dolphins this coming Sunday when they take on the Jaguars? Of course, everyone's going to be keeping an eye on the quarterback stats. You got Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence. They've been tied together. Tua has not beaten Trevor Lawrence since ever. He lost in the national championship game. Remember, Clemson rolled Alabama, and he lost to him 23-20. That game was over in, I want to say, London. So Tua has not had a lot of success against Trevor Lawrence, although they haven't lost a lot of games. But everyone's going to be looking at the stat line because 2 guys, quote unquote, premier quarterbacks, they got paid this offseason. Who's going to outduel the other? Who's going to win the game? That's going to be something to watch. You know you're going to be watching the stat line. Am I right, Vlad?
Of course, because they just got paid.
Got to watch the stat line. And there will be a winner or loser. And you can listen to the post game. Vlad, you'll join me a couple times throughout the evening tomorrow. and we are going to tell you who won and lost because we don't play around on Game Day Uncensored. It's not one of those shows where we talk about what the catering was and say, well, both teams played really well. No, we go out there and we give it to you like DMX did back in the day.
Oh, boy.
I heard that song yesterday at the gym. That's why X going to give it to you. You also want to just see a lot of things go right for the Dolphins. I do expect the offense to be at high voltage. I expect Mike McDaniels had a whole offseason to plan. There's no book on this new offense. He says he's put in new wrinkles. I also expect the Jaguars offense to be pretty fast and furious. And the Dolphins defense to be pretty okay.
It'd be nasty work if Gabe Davis is going burning that secondary of the Dolphins. It's like, damn, he was doing that to you in Buffalo. Now he's doing it to you in Jacksonville.
And we also don't know if Jalen Ramsey is playing.
We don't know if Jalen Ramsey's playing. We do know that Tyreek is playing. I expect a shootout.
Yep.
Everybody expects a shootout. And from what you've seen from the first two games, at least the first, maybe because those four teams have some, great offensive players, but the offense is kind of a little bit ahead of the defense right now. If you're looking at it from the first four games, I saw these teams move down the field. Kansas City was moving down the field against Baltimore. Baltimore was moving down the field against KC. Green Bay and Philadelphia could have been even more of a shootout. I know both.
That field was terrible.
The field was terrible, but what was it? 63 points.
Mm-hmm. 34-29.
Yeah, 63 points, and it could have been more. Like there was a couple turnovers. Jalen Hurts threw a turnover in the end zone. Love didn't play his best game, but I do see the offensives being able to score when they need to.
Those offenses can move.
Right, and get down the field. So if I'm looking at Miami and Jacksonville tomorrow, I could see a 34-31 type of game.
I'm sorry, Livy Dunn's on TV for a commercial, so I got a little distracted.
Get that money.
Get it. I will say this. Patrick Mahomes, magnificent the other night. I mean, it just, whenever you need to play, you get him. But I thought Lamar Jackson played well. A lot of people...
He can't throw, bro.
He can run, though, man.
He can run, but he can't throw. He can't throw deep.
You did see him realize about midway through the game, I need to start running this ball.
Yeah, but
he got lit up, too.
You can't do that for another 16 more games.
No.
You can't do that for another 16 more games.
And that likely that tight end, although he was an inch away from glory, or at least tying the game, he's a bad man right there.
Yeah,
he is a bad man. We could use a tight end like that. Maybe we have one in Jonnu Smith. We'll see. What are the odds? You got the Hard Rock app. What if Cam McCormick, 9th-year senior? What are the odds of him scoring a touchdown today? He got the first touchdown. He got the first touchdown of the year.
He definitely could get a touchdown today.
Because
he'll be playing a lot, I hope, in the second half.
Okay, let me get to those stats that I was trying to tell you about Miami's tight ends, how fruitful they've been this year. Miami had 18 receptions, 154 yards, and 1 touchdown from their tight ends in 2023. Goodness, that's the whole year. 18 receptions, 154 yards, and 1 touchdown. In their win against Florida, they had 136 yards and a touchdown. You like that? You like that? Oh, goodness. Now, you still got Elijah Arroyo. He led the tight ends with 4 receptions and 89 yards. Of course, Cam McCormick had that. It's all about the tight ends this year, man.
Really?
Keep an eye on Elijah Arroyo. I'll say that. I'm not going to get into Cam McCormick. Everybody keeps an eye on him. But Elijah Arroyo is your guy. I'm predicting he scores a touchdown today.
Are you predicting that Cam Ward's going to throw a touchdown too?
What are the odds on me betting? Are there odds on on Hard Rock that Cam Ward will throw a touchdown today?
No, I haven't checked that yet. But there's no
need to. There's no need.
There's probably good odds.
I'd have to bet $1 billion probably.
There's probably good odds he is.
Probably. What about an anytime touchdown?
Let me look.
Are we really going to do this right now?
I'm going to look. I'm going to look. What time is the game? 6 p.m., right?
6 p.m. So you got plenty of time to get your wagers in on the Hard Rock app or whatever app you might use legally, because the Hard Rock app is the only legal one here in Miami. But of course, we know that we have an international audience.
They don't have player props yet.
We'll keep an eye out for it then.
But we are keeping an eye out. Miami's favored by 45. You know what I love?
Let's see. Do you like the 45.5 that you're getting?
No, I'm not betting that. But you know what irks me, bro?
I don't know.
There's
a lot of things.
When I say I love it, I really don't. You know what? I love when you're looking at the bottom lines and then they tell you like, oh, like FAMU versus number 12 Miami, right? ESPN index predictor, over 99% believe the Canes are gonna win. Why don't you just put the damn 100%? What damn fool has, you know what I mean?
Can't do that.
Hold on. Georgia's playing some, Sister Mary of the Blind University today, right?
Yeah.
They have Georgia's a 99% favorite.
Yep.
What fool is gonna bet that Sister Helen of the Blind is gonna win? Sister Mary of the Blind is gonna win.
I'm just saying, no, well, that's you're 99%. You got to put that 1% in there because anything could happen.
Ain't no 1% gonna bet.
The bus could break down. No players could show up. They could have to forfeit. That you have to put that in there. You have to factor that in.
Then there's no bet.
Oh no, but the percentage winning thing, it has nothing to do with betting, does it?
I don't. Who's predicting that they're gonna win?
Like I said,
It is because it's you're giving the public. Hey, 99% of the public feels that Georgia's gonna win.
I don't think it's a mathematical equation that they're putting together.
What's that one person? I need to feel.
It's not a person. It's a mathematical equation.
I don't care about that equation. Guess what? Georgia plus versus Sister Helen of the Blind or Sister Mary of the Blind. I don't care. You know who's gonna win? Georgia. Doesn't matter
if they show up.
I don't care if they're.
They have to show up to win.
I don't care if they're a practice squad. If there was a practice squad in college football, show up, they would still win. What are we doing here? 99%. Huh?
So you don't like it?
I don't like it. I like 100%. Ain't no damn indicator's gonna be thinking, man, come on, stop that.
I hear you on that.
Come on. You think FAMU's gonna beat UM today?
No.
You think there's a damn person in South Florida that thinks FAMU is going to beat UM today?
I'm saying that there could be some extenuating circumstances.
No damn extenuating circumstances, man.
We'll see if you're right. I don't know.
Don't tell me 99%. What 99%?
Okay. Well, we're going to get into that 99%. Also, we've got Daniel Solana is going to be joining us in just a little while. So we're going to talk some UM with him. We're going to talk some Dolphins with him, but we're also going to get a little Inter Miami touch base with him. That is next hour here on 560 WQAM. Thank you for joining us for a very, very special edition of Sports Day. We started an hour early because Vlad and I got a lot to talk about. We got the U taking on FAMU, and Vlad has gone out on a limb. My cousin Vlad Melusa, I'm Dan Day, by the way. Vlad has gone out on a limb and said 100% Miami defeats FAMU today. You're not taking that back, are you?
Nope.
I was going to say your mic's not even on.
Nope.
No, Vlad has gone out. Now, what other show in the world is going to go on and say 100%? No one.
Inside the NBA, Charles Barkley.
Oh, Charles Barkley
guarantees.
is it?
He be guaranteed.
He's one of the best in the game, by the
I
way.
guarantee. Come on, man.
I guarantee.
Oh,
Justin Wilson.
What are we doing, bro?
So Vlad gives you 100% that the U will defeat FAMU today.
Yeah.
Now, we got a big one today. Michigan in the big house taking on Texas. Texas a big favorite, too.
6.5, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like,
That's a lot of points against the national champions. Okay. We do have a text coming in. 305-567-0560-954 says, does this guy, first of all, his name's Vlad, does this guy remember Appalachian State going into the big house at Michigan and beating them? Appalachian State was also a defending FCS national champion, by the way. Let's not overlook that fact.
and then they have
The same odds, though.
Yeah, and then they have what's this kid? No shoelace?
Oh, laces?
No, laces or
Okay.
laces. Yeah,
But it doesn't matter. Like, we're over.
And that was Rich Rodriguez.
You're also overlooking that Appalachian State was a multiple-time FCS national champion.
Yeah, stop.
And I'm not, once again, throwing a lot of shade at FAMU, but the team that won the national championship in the FCS last year, probably a little better than FAMU, although FAMU 2-0 on the season. Nonetheless, when I was at college at Drake, they came to Boulder University in Colorado.
You went to Drake?
I was in college. Oh, no, when I was in college, Drake came to Boulder, Colorado. Chuck Fairbanks, a Colorado coach, Drake Division II beat Colorado 23-7. That's embarrassing. He was at the game, or she was at the game, about 1982.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So I give you 99. Vlad gives you 100. I may be convinced into going to 100 simple for the fact that I like the fact that we could be the only team or the only sports team in the country saying that we're going to give you 100% guarantee.
Come on. I mean, dog, like, what are we doing? Come on, man.
There's a couple things I can give you 100% on. I had something funny to say, but I don't think it's appropriate for the radio right now. I can give you 100% guarantee that the sun will come up tomorrow. Can you do that? No, but Vlad can give you
I'm guaranteeing that there's gonna be a game today. That the Georgia Bulldogs are gonna beat who they play.
It doesn't matter. Right now, it doesn't really matter who Georgia's playing.
And Miami's gonna be FAMU. Like, come on, man, stop it. Like, what are we doing here? Don't put and it's not even that, right? They put the over.
Wait. They put
the 99% like and the over sign.
I don't like the disrespect you're giving the Tennessee Tech Golden. They can't even put their whole name on there. Golden Eagles. You say Tennessee Tech has no chance, 0% chance against Georgia.
In hell, they have no chance in hell.
Snowball?
Not a chance.
What are the chances at 1 o'clock when I get off work, I go across the street to Maji and
Well, you get off work 2 o'clock, but okay.
Okay, well then there's a 0% chance. Thank you, Vlad. I do respect that though, Vlad. So many people these days, him and Haw and dance around things. You're telling me 100% the U's going to win today. I'm taking it easy today. You know what? And Vlad, you know what I mean when I say this. I'm going to help out with the broadcast. I might do it in protest.
You're going to do it in protest?
You know what that means.
What are we talking about?
We've done shows in protest.
Why are you protesting?
Contested.
Oh, contested.
You know, contested.
Okay.
Remember the Florida Panthers victory parade?
You're going to be loosey-goosey.
Nah, I'm not going to do that, man. It's too long.
No, that's what she said.
I hope. Let's get to some headlines real quick because Daniel Solana is going to be joining us in just a minute. But why don't you join us, the WQAM air staff at Smoke on the Water in Weston? Maybe. Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars, Wednesday, September 25th, presented by Edmore's Sawgrass Auto Mall. Enjoy a fine whiskey, a good cigar, Dolphins, Canes, Heat, Panthers, conversation, maybe some 100% FAMU talk with the WQAM staff. It's free. To attend, all you got to do is RSVPWQAM.com, which will get you an invite and a complimentary cigar. You must be over 21, drink responsibly. Talk sports with WQAM on Air Staff at Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars Wednesday, September 25th at Smoke on the Water in Weston, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall, sponsored by the injury law firm of Judah and Cohen. Real quick note on that, Vlad, it is already booked and sold out, but I've talked to some people behind the scenes. There is going to be extra spaces available soon, so keep checking WQAM.com.
Okay.
I can just see you right now. Whiskey neat, cigar in the other hand.
I'm there already.
Giving 100% guarantees on maybe the Dolphins winning the Super Bowl.
Never that.
Okay. Maybe beating the Jets once this year.
Not that either.
Okay.
Never that.
I've been known to reach.
Clearly, you're reaching.
Number 12, Miami. Miami is number 12 in the country, by the way. They jumped from 19 to 12. They host FAMU today at 6. The Rattlers did defeat the Canes back in 1979.
I was 1 year old.
I was no years old. I wasn't even, I don't even know.
You weren't even a gleam in your daddy's eyes.
I don't even know about that even. Arkansas, Oklahoma State underway right now. See if Arkansas.
Yeah, we got good games.
Bobby Petrino in the mix. You know, he's the offensive coordinator back in Arkansas. He was the head coach.
Yeah.
Then he had that motorcycle incident. Nasty work.
Yeah.
You can't hold him again. You can't hold that, man. You're the man that came on the air the other day and said, when my team wins, I hang out with my girl.
Yeah.
When my team loses, I hang out with my side piece.
I'm not really, I can't knock him. I'm not knocking him. He was getting, but you got to keep it on the L, man. You gotta be very discreet.
Should have seen me on the rocks and Bob's your uncle last night. Whew. Man.
That sounds weird. Bob's your uncle, man. Go see Danielle, Channing. They're out there living the great bartenders, by the way. Of course, the great. I'm not even lying, Vlad. And we're gonna circle back in every hour. I want to make a mention of Duffy's Implantation. Love you, Sabrina.
Justin and Sabrina, literally, and I'm not even making this up. Go test it out today. They're gonna be there in the afternoon and the evening for all the games. The second you finish your beer or drink, there's another one brought to you.
That's good.
It's amazing.
It's good service.
It's amazing. Vlad puts in an order for what is your tailgate platter?
Yeah.
I don't know how they get on the kitchen staff. The kitchen staff brings it out right away. It's like, Vlad.
Vlad's hungry.
Can you put away a whole tailgate platter?
Yeah.
It is pretty darn good, man. Those onion rings.
I can put away a whole large box of pizza.
That's true, too. Yeah. It gets me a little stuffed, but.
No, 8 slices, done.
Okay. Sources say the Dolphins and Jalen Ramsey have agreed to a 3-year, $72 million extension that would make him, and it is going to make him the top paid cornerback
twice
in the NFL.
He's had the 2 biggest contracts for a cornerback in NFL history. So that's dope. And that's good. We all now Sauce Gardner knows what the number him and his agent would have to surpass to become the highest paid cornerback.
Couple quick notes. Kickoff tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Pregame right here, 9 o'clock. Vlad and I will host. Well, I'll host, but Vlad will be in the locker room getting some sound post game. It's going to run till about 7 o'clock. Then after that, all bets are off. Do want to say this about Jalen Ramsey. I don't know him personally, but I have heard nothing but good things. In fact, I heard when he moved to Miami, our own Channing Crowder, who's right here on 560 WQAM, Hawk and Crowder, his wife is a realtor, high-end realtor. And he said, hey, man, my wife, she can help you out. She'll set you up. She'll even probably give you a little bit of a discount. He said, I would love that. But every city I move to, I find a single mom who's a realtor and buy from her but deal with her because I figure she needs it more. Pretty good.
So does Mrs. Crowder know any single mom realtors?
That's a good question. I'm going to text him in the break. That's a good question. Oh, obviously. I've been watching Selling Sunset. Whew. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Vlad, but whew. I don't even know what's going on in that show. I don't know if they're selling houses or what they're selling, but whew.
Or landscape?
New season out.
Okay.
Amanza showed up at her 47th birthday party. She was not dressed like a 47-year-old.
You know what I love about you guys?
What
you and Toby, I love reality shows. That's what happens when you're in a relationship or like you live with somebody. You got to watch what these people want.
Yeah, you can't watch what you want. I'm trying to watch Archer all day, and I get all pushback.
You guys are watching. What is it?
He watches Love Island, which I heard is fantastic.
Love Island.
Golden
UK.
Bachelor? Are you kidding me?
Now they going mature?
I know. I like the Golden one. It's like a comedy to me.
Golden Bachelor is basically mature.
Yeah. I don't know. Marlon's not very mature. They got spanked.
Mature subcategory.
16-12 by the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday. They played today at 4. With everything going on, you want to go watch a 16-12 beatdown.
Nah, I'd rather watch Miami beat down FAMU.
And we got our dude Darren McCoffin starting today.
Okay.
Bring up Usutko. Why not?
No.
Give the fans what they want. And when I say the fans, you and I.
No, I don't want that either.
Oh, I want to see how he fares in the bigs.
I don't want to see that either. You crazy?
Inter Miami not playing today. They face the Philadelphia Union 1 week from today. Daniel Solana going to be on with us next. Real quick, let's talk some more football. FIU, they get their first game at Pitbull Stadium tonight at 6 against Central Michigan, while FAU plays a noon game. They're actually underway right now against Army. With that being said, let's quick take a step into the day spa. Vlad, you and I both live in Southern California, so this one might hit a little closer to home. A $1 million house in Los Angeles was half demolished by trees that fell on it. So the owner put it up on the market for $500,000.
Nah, bro.
I like it.
Don't work like that.
I like the deal.
No.
I can patchwork it for cheap.
No, it's not. It's probably gonna cost you more than that to patchwork it.
Union rules probably out there too.
Nah.
Nah?
Because
you don't want to go halvesies on a $500,000 house?
Fam, if you go in why would I go halves in it? We still gonna have to figure out.
I'll let you watch whatever you want.
$500,000 of renovation.
It's not gonna be $500,000.
I
got a guy.
Yeah, everybody has a guy.
Look, in Southern California, you got guys.
Yeah,
Glad you know.
No.
You drive by that Ace Hardware store, that Home Depot?
No.
You know. So you don't want to go halvesies.
Why would I go? I'm not putting in $250.
I'll let you watch whatever you want, man. You don't have to watch Golden Bachelor.
No.
I'm not going to tell you what to watch. You don't have to watch what. You don't have to watch.
First of all, why did he cut the tree out?
No, the tree fell on the house.
Right, but where was the tree? Was it in his
yard?
Why didn't he cut the tree?
And
what happened? And what happened?
Yeah, because there's not hurricanes or anything
That's
else.
what I'm saying. There's no hurricanes. What happened that the tree fell on the house?
Oh, man.
It's been hotter than hell out there.
And it never rains in Southern California.
At least 12 times a year.
Bell Bib DeVoe?
No, Tony.
Damn it.
Tony.
What about Boys to Men?
Let's not wait till the road runs dry. I don't know.
Daniel Solana is coming up next. He'll make sense of all this on 560 WQAM.
Use the rewind feature to go back and listen to any part of any shows you might have missed.
It is our favorite time of the week. Daniel Solana, double Danning it, joins the show. Of course, we're going to be talking here in Miami, and you had a life-changing event earlier this week. But first, I have to ask you, Daniel Solana, will you give the Miami Hurricanes a 100% chance of winning against FAMU today? 100. 100?
Well, I don't hear him. Why don't we hear him?
Let's see. You got him up? We got him on?
He's up. He's on.
I don't think I can do this. I do not hear him.
Hold on.
Do I have a problem? We have a problem.
You guys got me or what?
Okay, so we do have Daniel Solana on the line with us. We just don't hear him right now. Let's see if I undo this, but then it'll be all jacked up. Daniel, you good?
I'm good.
For some reason, we can't hear him.
You guys can't hear me?
Okay. So, no expertise yet from Daniel Solana. He will be joining us. He is joining us. We just need to make sure we get him. Let's see. Okay, so his mic is unmuted now, or he has to unmute his mic. Try to unmute the mic. But it was unmuted previously. We're not hearing him. What do we do? What do we have, Vlad? I'm getting a little dizzy.
What about now, guys? You guys got me now?
There we go.
Here we go. We're in, boys. We're in. I said
right.
we give the Canes 150% chance to win.
Whoa!
Maybe it was the 150% chance. That's why they muted his mic.
Yeah, the FAMU Rattlers are trying to mute Daniel Solana.
I think that's what it was. I think it was their band trying to get into my feed here or something. I don't know.
So we got Vlad saying 100%. Daniel Solana saying 150%.
Here's the thing, Dan.
Okay, okay, I'm in. I'm 100% in, Vlad. Let's go. I'm in 100% too.
All right, for example, right? This is what pissed me off. So, you're watching games and then you look at the bottom line, the scroll, right? And then it tells you, like Sister Maria the Blind versus Georgia today at 2:30. And then it gives you Georgia 99% favorite to win. Wait, what? Who's the idiot that's going to pick Sister Maria the Blind? Nobody. Nobody's picking FAMU. Not even the FAMU fans are picking FAMU against UM.
That's true.
So why are we saying it's 99%? Just put the full damn hundo. What's wrong? It's okay. And if they're wrong, then 100% of people are wrong. But don't tell me there's there's 0.1% that's actually picking. No, it doesn't matter. They don't matter. Put the full 100%.
400.
That's just me.
I guess you're betting the house on UM tonight.
It's 45 and a half. It's 45 and a half.
45 and a half. Now, I'm not saying that, but the fact of the matter is just saying who's going to win. If anybody is picking any team against Georgia or FAMU against Florida, against UM right now, they're sick in the head. They're smoking way too much, and they need to stop and take it from a person who smokes a lot. If I'm telling you this, you need to stop, because that's idiotic for you to think that that there's actually a person, or not even that, there's a gambler who's going to just pick FAMU to straight outright win against UM or whoever Georgia's taking on right now.
Tennessee Tech.
Tennessee Tech.
It's probably an FSU fan throwing it out there. Throwing it out there. That 1% is an FSU fan because he's had 2 rough weekends in a row.
You know what? That might be it. That might be the only fools that would do that.
Now, Daniel Solana, you are a soccer expert. We're going to talk a little bit of soccer. Big, momentous day for you. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You're Uruguayan, as they say, and probably the greatest, as they say, I don't know what that means, but the greatest Uruguayan player of all time made a big announcement this week. Kind of tell us about that and kind of take us through your thoughts and your feeling process.
Yeah, man, it's been a super, super rough week for me as a soccer fan. Just because, I've grown up watching Luis Suarez my entire life since he started off his career at Nacional, and then grew his way through Europe, and he had his trials and tribulations with, the racism and the biting and all that stuff. And just to see how he's come out on the other side of all of that, and to see the amount of fans. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was only 15,000 tickets sold before his retirement announcement, and then they sold out the rest of the stadium that next day. So there was 60,000 plus in there. A lot of former players. His former coach, Oscar Tavares, was there. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ending to a great national team career. But of course, fans of Luis Suarez like me, we're sad, man. It was a rough week for me. So, the good news, I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but his good friend, Leo Messi, sent him a video. They played it on the big screen, which is not that big at the stadium in El Estadio Centenario. And for all of the Inter Miami fans out there, it sounded extremely positive that Messi was saying we're going to have some fun times together for a while longer. So I don't want to, confirm anything, but to me, everything that has been going on over the last week and a half with the Suarez announcement and everything like that seems to me like we're going to have Suarez for another year.
Of course, Suarez did retire from the national team, but he is still a member of Inter Miami. And Inter Miami made a big announcement recently that they're going to open up the Freedom Park. That's going to be 2026, which has me hoping, fingers crossed, that we keep this core together at least through the 2026 season. I know that's a little bit of wishful thinking, but it could possibly happen.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, on other weekends about possibly Messi staying. I don't know if Suarez has a couple more years, maybe just 1 year left in him, but we've talked about other people who can possibly come over, Neymar, and some other names that over the couple years are probably going to be, retiring from European soccer and looking for maybe a better way of life in the States and, a little bit more soccer. So, look, I have zero doubt that no matter what happens with this core, in 2026, Jorge Mas and co are going to put together something else because they've shown and they've said from the beginning that their idea is to have Inter Miami be a global soccer brand. And the first couple of years, maybe it wasn't that. But the last couple of years has been a completely different story.
Yeah, they really have starting off with Rodolfo Pizarro, and that didn't really work out. But they have really made themselves that international brand. And then the other day, we wanted to have you on so bad because Suarez scored 2 goals during the national anthem.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my man wants to end his international career, but in this right here in MLS, this guy's still the best. He's still one of the best players on the pitch.
Absolutely. I mean, Taylor Twellman at the beginning of the year when Inter Miami played against the LA Galaxy, it was the second game they played at LA. Taylor Twellman had mentioned, and this is not a knock on Taylor Twellman. He just mentioned that Suarez looked old and slow, and he felt bad for him because he looked like he just couldn't do it anymore. Well, Taylor Twellman came out and tweeted something a couple of days ago that said Luis Suarez could possibly be the MVP of the MLS this season. So, I mean, that goes to show you, for those of us that have followed Suarez in his career, we knew that he doesn't get started early quick. It takes him a little bit of time. But, boys, he's 1 goal behind the Golden Boot in the MLS chase. He's already got 20 goals this season in all competitions for Inter Miami, which makes him the historic goal scorer for one season for Inter Miami. So he's held up his end of the bargain, folks. That's all. And
how close is Inter to winning the Supporter Shield?
Yeah, so Inter Miami is on top of the Supporter Shield chase. Look, they've got 7 games left. If they can get 5 wins out of the last 7, which is very, very doable, there's no chance that anybody surpasses them. The only teams that you kind of have to keep a lookout for is going to be Columbus. Why? Columbus has, if I'm not mistaken, 2 games in hand, and we also play them head-to-head later on in October. It's the second to last match before the end of the season. So that could have some ramifications for some of the Supporter Shield, seedings. So, look, it's Inter Miami's to lose right now. They've got to win out or at least get as many points as they can, and it's going to be very tough for anybody to catch them. It'll have to take a colossal meltdown for them to lose a Supporter Shield.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem with Tata Martino and those guys that is possible of happening, but once again, a possibility. Now, everywhere I go, people ask me, I got tickets to next Saturday's game against the Philadelphia Union. Is Messi going to play? Is Messi going to play? I tell them, I don't know, but I can guarantee if Messi does play pretty much for the rest of the regular season, you're not going to most likely, although he seems to be superhuman at times, get him for a full game. It's going to be a ramping up. Is that something that you would expect from Messi and Inter Miami if he does start playing?
I mean, logically, yes, right? Logically, yes. But Messi's the type of player who,
He's that
if
guy.
he plays, he likes to play the full 90. That's just how he is. Me, as being a former coach and kind of thinking about it logically, I would probably guess that he plays 20 to 30 minutes this upcoming weekend. Get him some game time, get him back in there, maybe in the second half when Philadelphia is a little bit tired and he can have a little bit more open spaces. That's what I would think. But yesterday, one of the Argentinian reporters, Gaston Edul, reported that the idea that Inter Miami has is for Messi to either play Saturday the 14th or the next game after that, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think is against Atlanta United away. So I'm not entirely sure if that's the right game to unleash him in. Of course, Atlanta plays on turf, and you don't want Lionel Messi to play on turf.
I was just about to ask you that.
That's why I said my gut feeling says he plays some minutes on Saturday, and then he possibly might rest on Wednesday when they go away to Atlanta, and then play again against New York City. Yes, sir.
Right. Well, you're going to have to play against New York. That's a big market, big game. And
not only that, but if you guys have noticed, the game's at 2 p.m., which usually, the MLS has a thing to put all their games at 7:30 or all at the same time. So the fact that this game is at 2 p.m., it's kind of a highlight game. So that's why I have more of an inkling that Messi's going to play that game.
Are they doing that? Maybe not to go against college football, maybe? Primetime games?
It could be that could be a way, but I think it's more of a MLS has kind of taken 1 or 2 games a week and put them at a different time. Where I think they should stagger more of their games. We haven't talked about a lot of that on the show, but the fact that you can't watch more than 1 or 2 games a week because they're all at the same time is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is one of those things I don't understand. Like they're Americanizing or United Statesizing as much as they can about soccer. So why not United Statesize that? Because we can watch more games.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really what you want, right? More eyes on the product. And if all the product is at one time, well, then how do you expect to get all the eyes on the product? So, I think that's something that MLS needs to talk about next year in terms of their scheduling.
The only time you should play all the games at the same time is the last game of the year. So there's no scoreboard watching and everything like that.
You got it, Dan. You got it.
Now, let's get into the Dolphins tomorrow. You got some ideas about that. What do you think? Do you think Tua and those guys go out? Is it a shootout? Is it going to be nip and tuck? Is it going to be just Mike McDaniel on the offense running roughshed over everybody? How you feeling about this game tomorrow, Daniel Solana?
Well, I know and I saw one of the guys in the comments here put 3 Solanas on the air in 24 hours, plus 1 for the Solanas. That it definitely plus 1.
Who was the other Solana?
My father, Eduardo Solana, was the guest picker yesterday on the Hockman and Crowder show, and he picked the Dolphins. So I got to go with my dad, and I'm going to say, the Dolphins are going to win. Now, is it going to be a shootout? Boys, we've seen the game on Thursday. We saw the game last night. Both games have been shootouts. High-scoring games. So I got to think that with the high-powered offense that the Dolphins have, that you're going to see some touchdowns tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to believe Mike McDaniel's had all offseason to scheme.
And I'm going to see Jacksonville score touchdowns too.
Absolutely. I just want to throw it out there. Mike McDaniel, please give, Devon A-Chain some goal line carries because I got him on an anytime TD tomorrow. So, and I got Etienne on an anytime TD tomorrow too. So if we can get, guys, if you can just let him in for 1, I got some big money riding on it. So I'd appreciate it.
That's a good parlay right there. Is that single or parlayed?
Parlay, but it's like it's a 7-leg parlay. I got 1 player in every single game in the 1 o'clock game tomorrow. In the 1 o'clock slot. So that's my parlay.
You better have that red zone going.
Wow.
Now what's the over-under? What's the over-under on your father cursing on the radio?
I can't say that. I heard he might have said something a little inappropriate yesterday.
Did he say in Spanish or in English?
In English. It was dumped. Okay. It was dumped. It was good. It was, he's all good, but everything was great, except he threw my brother and I under the bus. Apparently, we're not his favorite. Apparently, it's my sister that's his favorite, and my brother was a mistake, according to my dad. So,
man,
well, you're good. You're good, Dan. Because look, of course, daddy's always gonna love their girls. You know what I mean? Daddy's little princess,
of course.
And at least you weren't the mistake.
Absolutely. But I will tell you, man, big props to the mistake, man. Tio Alex has done a fantastic job this weekend. We watched the game together last night with my son. Tio Alex is babysitting Matias right now, so I could do the show with you guys. They're downstairs playing some NCAA together, so I got to give some major props to my brother. He's been a big help on the Tio front, but hey, too bad it was a mistake, right?
Yeah, I've heard your son though has been scoring at almost a record
Have you seen
pace,
the videos, bro?
but I've heard that he celebrates a little too much.
He does, man. He does. He loves. He's been watching FIFA. The other funny thing that he does, which I think is better than the celebration. I caught him doing this yesterday. Gets his water bottle, he drinks a little bit, and he gargles it and spits it out. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Dad, you took me to the soccer games, and that's what the players do." I'm like, all right, I can't complain if that's what you see what the players do, And I could tell you yesterday got into a little bit of a scuffle. So he's got that Solana, kind of pride in him. And he kind of pushed some kid down the other day. It was I like it, man. He's a rough kid.
I love it. Always push the kid down. Oh,
Okay,
gotta push kids down.
He helped him back up. He was a nice kid, but it happens.
Oh, well, if there's officials, you got to act like you didn't you intend to do it, but you intended to do it. Just, push him down and then act like, oh, no, I'm sorry. That's good. Good. Solana acting. He's learning early. He could be an actor.
Absolutely.
Oh man, we got Inter Miami coming up 1 week from today, right here on 560 WQAM. It is going to be the Philadelphia Union. Daniel Solana, you'll join us next week. Hopefully, you won't be in the Dominican Republic or whatever with the weird coverage. I was just so excited because Suarez scored literally 2 goals, not literally, but in the national anthem, he had 2 goals early in that last game.
What was it, like the first and 6th minute?
Yeah,
that was it. And that was it. That was the rest of the game. Like if you came 7 minutes into the game, you miss all the action.
Basically, yeah. So, and we'll see what happens against Philadelphia next week. Now, I will remind you guys, I will be in Uruguay next weekend. I will have full connectivity. So I will be available to be on either Saturday or Sunday. You boys let me know what day, and I will make myself available. But I am going to Uruguay to pay my respects to Juan Izquierdo and his family, the player that passed away from Nacional. And I will be in Uruguay, just to have a little vacation, boys, and take in a little bit of football.
Earlier this week, did Uruguay win their game? I know they were down a ton of men.
Yeah, so they tied yesterday 0-0 against Paraguay. Of course, a lot of suspensions. One game I'd like to bring up, if you guys don't mind, if we got a couple minutes, is that Bolivia-Venezuela game. Did you guys check that out? Bolivia thrashed Venezuela 4-0, but that's not the news. The news is that they played the stadium. A stadium is called El Alto. It's a new stadium. It's not in La Paz. So if you remember, Bolivia always played in La Paz, which was about 13,000 feet above sea level. This new stadium that they're playing at is 14,500 feet above sea level. Almost impossible. It's almost impossible to walk. I mean, so I don't understand how FIFA and CONMEBOL allows. I mean, I understand they have that advantage, because it's in their country. But at some point, I mean, players are just not going to be able to breathe, and you're going to have issues up there. So, I mean, I don't know, man. They got to really look into some of these things. It's insane. Take a look at that stadium when you guys go on commercial.
What's it called?
El Alto. El Alto.
El Alto. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Soccer. Whew, no love lost in those games, man. It is any chance you get. Remember the U.S. national team played somebody at a qualifying round in like Minnesota in like negative 10-degree weather. They planned that because they were playing like, I can't remember, was it Panama or
I think it was Honduras. It was Honduras. Yeah. And the players were, one of the players said he had frostbite on his feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's absolutely nuts, boys. It's absolutely nuts.
With that being said, you'll do anything for another Uruguay World Cup, right?
And absolutely anything.
Played at the center of the earth.
Damn. And it only holds 22,000 people.
They worry about that.
Yeah, you see that, man.
That's nasty work, bro. Oh my God, you can't breathe there.
Oh man, well, Daniel Solana, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, if people want to find out about the Battered Herons podcast or anything else, where can they find you and your content?
You can find me on all social media at Danny Solana 5, DANI Solana 5, or you can find us at Battered Herons. And like we say, we do an English show almost every day of the week and a Spanish show every Monday night at 10 p.m. for those of you who like to speak in Espanol. And you can catch us there.
Excellent. We'll see you next week. 99% chance because you never know when you're going to be in a foreign country. You're in Uruguay, but I'm pretty confident you'll be around. And we got a 100% chance on the Canes, or 150% chance on the Canes winning tonight. Daniel Solana, talk to you next week.
Later, bro.
Thank you, fellas.
We'll be back next. Sports Day 560 WQAM.
games. Plus, you can use the rewind feature and listen to anything you missed. Hurry.
Nobody does it like Joe Zagacki, Don Bailey Jr., Hollywood Danny Rabinowitz, Josh Darrow, and the team. About an hour from now, pregame happening for the U versus FAMU. Vlad's giving you 100% win for the U. Daniel Solana, last segment said, Vlad, you wrong. 150%.
It's the worst thing.
I'm back on 99. Throwing up them nines.
And it's not even 99. They be having the over 90 fine. Like the over sign.
Okay.
No, I kid you
Why
not.
do they put that stuff on there?
So, fam, why?
It just gets them in trouble. Remember when they had...
Not only you telling me that it's a guarantee that they're going to win, you're going to give me the over sign?
You're not giving me Tennessee Tech? I keep getting wrong. Against Georgia?
It's 21-0 before the game even starts.
All it does is get ESPN in trouble, which are already in enough trouble because the whole DirecTV situation all across South Florida. Maybe, is it the world? Is it the world or is it
nasty work? I'm telling you, nasty work.
I don't own a TV.
Oh, we got an upset brewing.
An hour into football?
Oh, yes.
What? How's FAU doing? I'm worried about them.
I haven't checked them.
I'm checking right now.
Bowling Green has a 17-7 lead over this 8th-ranked Penn State.
Whoa!
Yeah, now you
Kevin
see
Franklin, you better watch yourself.
Dude, you're only allowed to lose 2 games, and that's only the Ohio State and Michigan.
That's what he always does.
Yeah, if you're losing at Bowling Green, we gotta let you go.
Yeah,
yes, it's on the foreman.
Kevin Franklin.
This is
Billy
James
Napier.
Franklin. James Franklin.
His name is James Franklin?
Yeah.
That's how much I respect him.
You thinking about Kevin Sumlin.
He's on
he's on every team, every university he goes to, he's always on the foreman within 3 years.
Suspensions and
something's happening. Recruiting violations.
Billy Napier.
His ass is like
Dabo Sweeney.
Mike Norville.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's go ahead and put some people on the hot seat. We got that. Mike Norville. He's on the hot seat. Brian Kelly, he's not exactly popular at LSU, but he got that 10-year contract like Mario Cristobal. He's Teflon right now.
Oh, Penn State just scored 17-14.
By the way, Army is up 14-0 on your FAU Owls, Vlad. After one quarter, basically.
Jeez, you can't. I mean, you got to lose to the.
How's Army going to run up the score on you? Do they still run the wishbone?
It is the armed forces, bro.
Much respect. Much respect. Thank you for your service.
I think if I'm going to lose to somebody, I might as well lose to them.
Oh, we got a bowl game. We got a derby next week, Vlad.
Who?
Your FAU.
Against FIU?
Against FIU.
Where?
It is going to be at FAU, Pitbull Stadium.
No, that's FIU, Pitbull Stadium.
What am I talking about?
By the way,
it's going to be at FAU Stadium.
Oh, it's at FAU Stadium. So it's in Boca.
It's in Boca.
What time?
6:00. Are you in? Are you out? Because I'm out.
We're playing at 3:30.
What do I have next week? I don't even know. I don't even know where I'm sleeping tonight.
You have Ball State next week.
Where am I sleeping tonight is a better question.
I don't know where you're sleeping.
I got invited to Sabrina's having a party at her house tonight, by the way.
Where? Wait, how come I'm only getting this now?
Because I just got the message.
Can I get the? Am I allowed?
If you don't know who Sabrina is, she's one of the best bartenders in the world, and I'm not joking, at Duffy's and Plantation. No, I'll get to you.
I love she.
It's her brother Taco's birthday, but it's not TACO, it's TAKO. Do you know what TAKO in Japanese means?
No.
Squid.
She's half Asian.
No, she's Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Nah, he goes by Taco. I'm not getting into all that. He gets into a lot of weird stuff, man. Cool guy. Love him.
All right.
A lot of characters out there, and it's not just Vlad and I out there at Duffy's on Thursdays. Ooh, probably Fridays too. We're gonna try to get back into that. Today, though, all about the U. How many? So you said how many fans? You said 35 or 40,000 fans actual attendance because we don't do paid attendance.
I think 35.
I say 45. I've come down from 50 just because. FAMU they'll represent because I do see a lot of Rattlers license plates down here in South Florida, although they're up in Tallahassee. But I could see them making the trip. Number one, it is Miami after all. And then number two, there's already a large, what would you call it, alumni base down here in South Florida. So I could see a good showing from the FAMU fans. But how can you tell? They both have the same colors, Vlad. So, well, I guess we can tell by the cheers. Nonetheless, Joe Zagacki and Don Bailey Jr., they're all about the U. There's nobody more swagged out than Joe Z, man. I'll tell you that. He's been swag U for a long time. Maybe Cam Ward a little bit.
Nah, just Zagacki.
Cam Ward, though, I love. I mean, of course, one game, and like I'm not expecting the world from Cam Ward today. I'm expecting a nice, efficient game from him. That's what I would say.
I'm looking at that schedule, B.
The schedule's not bad. I'll tell you this, good story too. Now, you and I posted a while back, about 2 weeks ago. Would you take 11-2 if you're the Miami Hurricanes this year? But your two losses would be back-to-back weeks against Louisville and Florida State.
Hell no, you can't lose to Florida State now.
Okay, no. This is at the beginning of the season. But
Now I know, but now after one game, after I've seen 2 weeks of college football,
Right.
week 0 and week 1, you can't lose to Florida State.
So I walk into Funky Buddha on Monday where I do trivia, and Mike, the bartender, serving me up those maple bacon coffee porters. But the manager, Alex, goes, I watched you and Vlad on Sports Day clip about going 11-2. He goes, after this first week, I wouldn't take it. I want to do better than that. I think we can do better than that.
No, bro, you can't lose some. Like, dude, after what you saw at Florida State come here and beat you.
You
That's
can't
a
have that.
nasty season.
DJ Angelele is not going to be quarterback when Florida State comes here.
It doesn't matter if DJ Ugalea or
Get a Jabba. That's what they're calling him.
DJ
online.
Drama.
Have you
I don't
seen it?
care if it's DJ Khaled. I don't care.
We don't need DJ. You know how we are on this show.
Oh my God! You know Khaled was at the Buju concert.
Yeah, of course,
and we all booed him.
That's when I was scared to kind of say it, but when you told me he was at Buju and was trying to act like it
was horrible.
They not like us, man. They not like it. Tell them they not like it. That's when I was like, all right, I'm going on the record. I'm kind of sick of some of the things DJ Khaled does. A New Orleans guy, granted. He's got to figure himself out. He needs some time to figure.
I was
himself
there
out.
when I was helping him carry those crates out of those clubs when he was DJing, spinning, when he needed the help.
I did some high knees last night, Vlad, and thought of you. It was at a Bob Marley light show at the.
Yeah, but you said
Planetarium.
he could have just been at home.
Could have been better. But I had to get into it to do some high knees.
The high knees, baby.
You had to catch your breath.
The high knees. When you get older, the high knees are bad, bro.
1 more hour to get you ready for Canes versus FAMU Rattlers here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. College 42-0. I say hell yeah for two reasons. St. Thomas University, much love right there. Number two, Louisiana College. It's in North Louisiana, so I got no love for those people. South Louisiana all the way. FAU having a tough go of it right now, down 14-0 to Army. Although next week it's FIU FAU up in Boca. That's at 6:00. The U. You got to listen to the game because you want to know what the stats and everything's going to work out. Is Cam Ward going to be impressive again? What's Mario Cristobal going to do? Can Cam McCormick catch another touchdown? But because Vlad's told you 100% chance that the U will defeat FAMU. It's going to be a fun game, though. Joe Zgacki, those guys are going to be on in about an hour from now. And I mean, the whole pregame show. We got Danny Rabinowitz, a.k.a. Hollywood, and the whole team. They're going to be giving you the breakdown.
Our boy, Brian Monroe. Haven't heard from BM in a minute. Talk to him. Text.
Oh, you texted him?
Yeah, we always keep in touch. That's my guy.
Can you get me a reservation at Carbone?
Dude, actually,
never mind. A reservation for one isn't going to be that cool.
Me and him have to have a bet with Joe Rose, so Joe Rose could lose, and we could.
I do want to go to Carbone though.
So I could get a blue whiskey, a Johnny Walker Blue.
Anybody want to go to Carbone with me?
I'm always down to go to Carbone.
Maybe I have to fire up the old apps, as they say. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, well, cool, man. The U today. I'm very excited to see what number one. I'd like to see as Vlad calls it, just a nice, smooth, easy game. I'd like to see Cam Ward, not too swagalicious. I don't need him to swag out today.
I don't need him to swag out. I just want his ass not to be on the field playing like midway through the third quarter, so that you start looking at the other guys. You're like, oh, we got some other up and coming talent. The second stringers, third stringers, the freshmen, the young guys that we could say like, oh, these kids are coming up. They're developing. They're going to be good as well. This is it.
Just set the tone. I like to set the tone.
Yeah, this game in Ball State, handle your business.
I'll tell you who to look out for today. Running back Damian Martinez, transfer from Oregon State. I'm only going to say transfer a couple more times because he is at the U now. But Damian Martinez is a big, tough, strong back. I like to see him kind of just establish himself early, establish the run game, get going. I'm expecting Damian Martinez to have a 100-yard day at least.
Yeah, I expect like Kenson just to texted in on YouTube. Honestly, no more than 20 pass attempts. I want 40 to 60 rushes. I kind of want to see a 200-yard total ground game. Total yards. 200.
I got Elijah Arroyo catching that touchdown, man, for the tight end.
They're gonna catch touchdown. Fam, I expect 40 points being put up.
Do you think they cover the 45.5? I would say, yeah.
Like, this is the type of game this week and next week is like, yo, you know what, Ruben? Relax, rest. There's no need to speed you up.
Ruben Bay, no need. Rest yourself.
Rest yourself. And
Cam Ward, don't take any shots. Don't do anything crazy. Just play your game.
You can do one spectacular play, because the home crowd's here. But that's it. Just one. I just need one. I don't need multiple.
He's on a magic play count.
He's on a magic play count. One. Yes, just one. You only get one magical play. That's it.
Kip, great play. Don't do anything else now. Vanilla me to the death.
Yes. That seriously.
I'm all for it, Vlad. I'm all for take command early, take the will out of them, give them their check, and let them go home.
Because look, Michigan's losing right now, right? You got to figure if Michigan loses and Miami wins, Michigan's going to go down, Miami's going to be up. Like, by the end of this game, Miami could be a top 10 team by the end of this week.
That is true.
Going into next week.
Take care of business, though, today.
Right.
Make it a no-doubter. I think that's what you fans want. We're not so much worried about the outcome of the game. We're worried about how we get to the outcome.
I want UN fans to everybody should be like me, but, not. That's just my theory.
Everybody should be like you. Go ahead.
That's just my theory. But
I'll take that into
have the confidence, knowing that, okay, we're back.
It feels good.
But knowing that also all eyes are going to be put on you now. So don't be upset when their teams are going to, like, the media starts analyzing, critiquing you a little bit more fierce, because you are the team in the ACC as of right now.
Yeah.
You are the team. You're the highest ranked team in the ACC.
Well, you went into the season expected to finish third in the ACC. The team that was expected to finish first, Florida State, has lost both
They're not
games
ranked.
in the conference.
They're not even ranked anymore. The second team that was supposed to finish in the
Clemson?
conference is ranked 25, and they're probably going to be out of the top 25 within the next 2-3
Well, they did
weeks.
play Georgia in the first week.
It doesn't. Yeah, but it doesn't.
Real
matter.
quick, Vlad.
Score some points.
Real quick, Tennessee Tech. How much of a chance do they have against Georgia today? It's at 2:00, by the way. It's about to start in a little bit. How much of a chance?
They have as much of a chance of me being white right now.
That's well put. Very well put. Let's get to some headlines right there. On that note, number 12.
Any
Miami.
chance? And is there any chance?
No.
What's more likely to happen? Tennessee Tech beating Georgia,
Tennessee Tech beating Georgia.
or
Yes.
me turning?
I'm not. Don't finish. I understand.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Tennessee Tech could beat Georgia.
You know, I don't got Vita Lago or whatever.
Oh yeah, you could have that.
I could have had that, but no, I don't have that.
Number 12, Miami. They faced host FAMU today at 6:00. The Rattlers did defeat the Canes back in 1979. The Rattlers are also
I was
2-0.
I was 1.
They're 1-10 against Miami too, by the way. There you go. Jalen Ramsey expected to sign a 3-year, $72 million extension that will make him the top-paid cornerback in the NFL. Miami opened the season at home tomorrow, 1:00 against the Jaguars.
Speaking of Miami's defense, watching the Eagles defense, were you laughing a little bit? Were you like, oh, I see some familiar some familiar mistakes that's happening with Philadelphia's defense right now?
Yeah, I saw that. Philadelphia did win yesterday, though. They
did,
the
but they were
Packers.
getting like Josh Jacobs in that second half was running the ball. It reminded me of when teams were running against the Dolphins defense. And yeah.
Well, we get the Packers Thanksgiving night.
I know, but you don't have the Eagles this week,
Right.
this year, and you don't know if you're going against Jordan Love.
And
You might
Jordan
be
Love
going
was
against Malik Willis.
Yeah, Jordan Love was injured on a late play in the game. He was trying to make something happen. He tried to flip the ball underhand. He got what would you call it? Somebody hit him low and somebody hit him high.
Oh yeah,
Matt LaFleur after the game, when asked about his status, said,
like, don't know.
"I don't know."
Of course, they're not gonna do it. No,
Even if he did know, he wouldn't say
no
it.
disrespect to Brazil. I don't know if Brazil's that stadium has the access to get an MRI, do all of that, and
Right.
that was what they said a flight from New York to Sao Paulo is 9 hours.
Oh, it's only 9? Okay.
So add to Green Bay, going to Milwaukee or whatever, I probably have to fly into Milwaukee and then probably drive to the facilities to Lambeau Field. Yeah, bro, that's going. We're not gonna have a report about him until Monday.
Yeah, for sure. The Marlins, they got spanked 16-2 last night by the Philadelphia Phillies. The two play today at 4. Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phillies. Darren McCoffin starting for.
Yeah, he's probably going to give up a lot of runs and lay up in a coffin.
Inter Miami, they do not play this week. They did announce they're going to open Freedom Park in 2026. Luis Suarez did announce he's retiring from the Uruguayan national team, but not Inter Miami. They face the Philadelphia Union 1 week from today. Rumor is that Messi could get some run in the game.
All I know is this: next year, Inter Miami's team might be the team you want to see. That's all I'm saying.
They're the best team in the league right now.
It might just be a reunion.
They already got don't they have a goalkeeper that's coming from?
No, it's just a big 3 reunion. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, it's gonna be
That's all
fun.
I'm saying.
Panthers have announced 19 different theme nights. Italian Fest, October 17th. Pride Night, January 18th. Black History Night, February 8th.
So wait, Italian night. What's happening Italian night?
You'd have to ask the Panthers. I'm guessing they play Italian music and maybe they have some special concessions and
sweatsuits.
I don't exactly know.
Okay.
Maybe they'll honor some of the great Italians of this South Florida community. Patty Fest is going to be sponsored by Jameson Irish Whiskey, March 8th. Close to St. Patrick's Day.
Wait. Time out.
Mm-hmm.
They're having Patty Fest March. The season don't start. That's going to be in spring training then.
March 8th next year.
Right.
Maybe I typed that wrong. Did I type that wrong?
You might have typed that wrong because there's no way that St. Patty, because remember, that's spring training. They're in spring training in March. So March 8th, which is a week before 9 days before St. Patty's Day. Yeah.
Okay, well, Star Wars night is January 29th. That's always a real
Wait,
popular
Star
one.
Wars night is January. The season's not even being played. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Panthers, not the Marlins, right? It's
Yeah.
Panthers. My bad. That's on me. Bad by Vlad. I'm thinking this was the Marlins because the Marlins are always the ones. No, okay. No, that makes sense. March 8th. Okay, that makes sense.
Typing all types of things in wrong.
No. That's on me. You were talking about the Cats.
In an all-United States semifinal, Taylor Fritz, he defeated Francis Tiafoe.
Tiafoe choked. He choked. Bro, who's in? 5-4, right? 40-15. He has a chance. All he got to do is win the next points. 5-5. You're gonna put a lot of pressure on Taylor Fritz he has to win this. He has to win the next game to make sure at least no worse than a tiebreaker, or he's out. Dude. He lost, he double faulted back to back and then lost the point. And that was it. Then Fritz went on a 5-0 run. He won he broke Tiafoe in the fourth set, and then he won like the first 4 games of the fifth set. And would have won 6-0. He started feeling the pressure of like, oh my God, I'm about to win this.
Let's go to the final.
And then he double faulted, which made it 4-1. But Tiafoe was done. Great showing by both men.
What a match.
Congratulations. First American to be in the U.S. Open men's final since Andy Roddick.
I'm glad you bring that up, Vlad, because
Andy Roddick.
Andy Roddick won his only Grand Slam at the U.S. Open back in 2003.
Andy Roddick won in life.
2003 was his only win.
Right, but the last time he was American was in the U.S. Men's Open final was 2006 with Andy Roddick.
Okay,
but Andy Roddick's also Mr. Brooklyn Decker, so he won in life.
Serena and Venus played in the U.S. Open final back in 2002. Of course, Serena defeated Venus.
Oh yeah, that's when Baby Sis was like, yeah, it's my time.
Yeah, it's like, you had a nice little run.
You had a nice run.
Good thing you're older. Good thing you're older than me.
You set the foundation. I'm about to take off now.
Gone. They get Yannick Sinner, Italy's Yannick Sinner at the U.S. Open final tomorrow.
Did he cheat?
He got caught with little drugs, but did not get suspended.
What little drugs? Is it recreational drugs or just performance enhancing drugs?
Yeah.
PEDs and recreational drugs are 2 totally different things.
From what I understand, yes, they are 2 different things.
PEDs or recreational?
Both are very different from what I understand. I've never taken performance enhancing drugs as far as for sports.
What was he caught with?
Well, it was a questionable PED and test.
Oh, he got caught with the PED.
Yeah. Today at 4, though, one of our bad ones, Jessica Pegula, she faces Ariana Sablenka in the women's final.
Nice. I like her.
Oh, you like her?
I like her.
She rough, man. I watched her on that Breakpoint documentary on Netflix.
I like that.
You like that?
I like, yeah, because she got a little rough edge. Like,
listen.
I'm attracted to like, you know what? Let me see if I can break you down.
Speaking of, Caitlin Clark dropped 25, but the Indiana Fever fell 99-88 to the Minnesota Lynx. Indiana, though, has clinched a playoff spot already.
That's not good.
Quick question for all those that are like, who cares about Caitlin Clark? Did you know the Indiana Fever existed a year ago at this time?
Yeah, anybody?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Other than
us, not that great.
Other than us, does some people have you noticed that the WNBA existed before this year?
Did you hear Charles Barkley? He went off
because I love that Charles Barkley went off. I love that LeBron James is supported because
they basically.
And you know who else I love? I'm sorry, Angel Reese. I love that she started her podcast and she broke down. There's no rivalry between these two, and if you really think about it. Somebody broke it down. I think we talked about this a week ago or 2 weeks ago. They don't even play, like they don't even match up against each other. One is a big and the other one is a small.
Point guard, yeah.
So clearly we know what the number one indicator of why the rivalry is.
Are you saying Tua and Trevor Lawrence aren't matching up face to face tomorrow?
They play the same position.
But they don't ever see each other.
Right.
They're never on the field at the same time.
But and I hate that when they go against, it's quarterback.
Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes.
But that's the only way to sell.
Yeah.
And the people trying to sell it. But if you really think about it, no, it's not like Angel Reese is guarding Caitlin Clark or vice versa. But they just using whatever they can from the women's college game when there was a rivalry, the interaction. But I love how Angel broke it down on her pod. She's like, I have no disrespect. There's no hate towards Caitlin. We've been playing against each other since like high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we know each other, we talk trash to each other, that's it. But it's people who's trying to make it racial, people like she said, when you're getting direct messages, like they're threatening your life, that's a little bit crazy. And I can see that. And I don't think, and it's not on Caitlin's fault, but what I don't like is the disrespect people trying to put on that young lady. This young lady didn't ask for all of this. She's trying to get used to it. This while she's playing basketball, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like getting used to this notoriety while you also have to carry a team, carry a state, carry a league. That's a lot.
For her, uncharted, and for women's basketball, uncharted territory.
Right.
Now, it's not uncharted that someone has taken the world by storm like that. And hopefully she has other people that have gone through that and they can help her out. But she's doing something that no one's ever had to deal with in that instance.
And here's the other thing I don't like.
I love her. I love Angel Reese, too.
I love Angel Reese.
What about Asia Wilson? Watch
Watch out. Relax.
She was in town.
I know she was in town. She got called out. Somebody snitched on their relationship. I ain't like that.
It's the mayor.
The mayors or the politicians here, they either can't pronounce a name of a star, or they start snitching on especially the basketball
team.
Bam
got the key to the city for winning the U.S. gold medal.
And his lady friend,
alleged
lady friend.
She didn't deny it.
Left her game, flew from Vegas to Miami when she had a game the night before. Like, that's crazy. That's
a down.
Love.
That's down.
When she's flying back from a game and then just to come in just to see you get the key, because remember that's a 3-hour difference, so a lot of time zone change. She came for you. That's great, but what I don't like is when the old heads not giving respect to like, I'm sorry, Sheryl Swoopes, you were great, but I don't know. Be upset with your parents. That's why be upset with your parents that they didn't meet 20 years later, or be upset with your grandparents that they didn't have your mom and dad 20 years after they had your mom and dad, or, they waited 20 years so that you could have get the evolution of the game and get the success, get the fruit of the game. Because it's not their fault. Like when you hear players saying, "Oh, these guys are making $220 million," I'm sorry, quarterbacks. Not my fault. You weren't born and playing in this time. It's the evolution of the game. Don't you think the quarterbacks or the players ahead of you, when you started making money and thinking, "Oh, back in my day, nobody," that happens all the time. So people need to shut up about it, man. Stop hating the game. Stop hating on the evolution of the game. We know what you did, and we thank you for the helping the evolution of the game. But things change. Business change. So when you ripping the girl because of her popularity, trying to say that this, that, the other, I'm sorry that Madison Avenue wants to show her all the time. Right? It's always about the money. It's always about the cheddar. So if she's putting asses in seats and eyes on TV, guess what? They're going to promote her.
Yeah. Look, it all comes down to dollars. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. You can fool yourself about anything else in any other way. At the end, what do they say, Vlad? If it don't make
sense,
don't make dollars. If it don't make
dollars, it don't make sense.
Exactly. With that being said, let's make sense of the day spa.
Hey, you could spend money at the day spa.
Do you want a holiday story or do you want an alcohol story?
Holiday? What holiday is this? Labor Day?
Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, quote unquote president, has declared that Christmas in Venezuela will start October 1st.
Wait, is it a 2-month?
That's going to
he's
done this before.
Wait, so Christmas starts on October 1st to December 26th?
Well, you have the 12 days of Christmas. Well, now you've got from October
8 weeks of
1st
Christmas
all the way till January 6th.
January 6th?
Well, that's when Christmas ends.
Wait, what? Christmas ends December 25th.
No,
September 26th.
Christmas is 12 days.
12 days, my ass.
All right. We'll talk more Canes next here on 560 WQAM.
More can be heard on the free Odyssey app. Don't miss out. Download it today and make WQAM your favorite station.
Talk to me, man.
I'm gonna talk to you right now. Tomorrow, a big
Your boy
day.
Young Hope, you heard?
What up?
It's your boy Young Vlad, you heard?
Speaking of Young Vlad, tomorrow Dolphins kick off the season against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are expecting a shootout, and we're gonna get the pregame started at 9:00. Then Vlad and I be tag teaming it along with Trevor Harris, who's here also doing some post
What are we
game.
tag teaming?
Tag teaming it.
Yeah, what's it?
We'll figure that out tomorrow. Look, we were talking about old time radio. We might bring it back tomorrow. You know, when I say old time radio, Vlad, that stairwell used to get a lot of use because I don't like elevators. That's the reason why. But we're not putting the carriage in front of the horse. Today is all about the U, baby. In just a couple of minutes, we're going to get the pregame for the Miami Hurricanes Florida A&M game. That's going to be happening at 6:00. That's a kickoff. Pregame, like I said, starting in 30 minutes from now. We got Joe Zgacker. We got Don Bailey Jr. We got Danny Rabinowitz. He's out there. Brian Funrow.
My guy, man.
Funrow.
Legend.
Josh
Legend.
Darrow. John Bryant.
My second program director. Josh Darrow.
Okay, I was going to say not Brian Monroe.
No, not BM.
BM. Funrow has a lot of talents.
Yo, I'm just happy I don't owe that man any more Crown Royal. Oh, my God, I would lose bets to this guy.
He knows what he's doing.
Yo, he always knows
He was a punter in the league, man.
Yeah.
Punter for the U, punter in the league. You know what they say about punters?
They can punt.
They know what they're talking about. I need to learn how to punt better. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, so it's going to be a great game today. It's going to be hopefully a great game. When I say great, I mean it's going to be a blowout, and the U going to assert their dominance early and often, give us a no-doubter. It's nice, lad. There was a time, remember here at Miami, when we went into an FIU game and we're like, oh, we don't know what's going to happen, and then the worst happened. Today, at least for now, you feel as though kind of know what's going to happen. It feels good. A couple of games that you can just let's just get it done. Let's take care of business. Let's go on. This week, FAMU. Next week, Ball State. And then the real fun starts in the ACC against Virginia Tech, who is supposed to be a good team in the ACC. Now, Florida State was supposed to be a good team in the ACC. Clemson, supposed to be a good team in the ACC. Question marks around those two programs. Miami, also supposed to be pretty good. Once again, there's still a question mark. It's 1 week. That's what I was talking to Giuseppe. You know, Giuseppe, Nathan, and I have been hanging out a lot. Giuseppe says he doesn't bet on the first 2 weeks of football.
You know what, Giuseppe? I like that. I used to do that.
You just don't know
bet into because you really don't know what these teams look like. But as I've gotten older and actually care a little bit more about my career in gambling, and so I start watching preseason, listening games, listening to teams' sites, reading their team sites to know a little bit more about certain teams. And us kind of just know certain universities, their MO, certain professional teams, their MO. Just go with it. Like, do I really know that the Dolphins and Jaguars game is going to be a shootout? Absolutely not.
That's what I call it any given Sunday.
I know the Dolphins. They're playing at home. I know that they got weapons.
Tendencies.
And they got tendencies. So a lot of people think this is going to be over. But like Daniel Solana said earlier, we talked about this when we began the show. It is very surprising that teams are looking good, at least in the first 2 games offensively, because usually the offense takes some time to get in rhythm.
Yeah. Man, we've been treated if the NFL season this year is anything like those first 2 games, it's going to be the greatest season in the NFL's history, man. That game Thursday night was something magical. Patrick Mahomes looked better than Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Travis Kelce.
Patrick Mahomes looked like Mahomes. Kelce made a play when he needed
Taylor
to.
Swift was there, of course.
It's the guy who should be in jail that I'm shocked that was just balling like he was. Rasheed Rice.
My man. Not your
man. But when you got 8 felony counts, you know, what are we doing here? But he's on the commissioner's exempt list, which is weird. So if this was a domestic abuse, he would have been donezo.
Correct.
But because he was just, fast and furiousing, he's allowed to play.
And because he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs and it's the first game of the season, they're the defending Super Bowl champions.
And everybody thinks
as we say, Vlad, there's context to losing. There's also context to having felony charges against you.
Yeah, I guess.
And But I thought Lamar Jackson played well. The man's got to run a lot. He does not pass a lot.
There's just some things I just don't understand. I don't want to say I don't understand that after 6 years now, you got him like, all right, I just can't not critique on this. He doesn't really throw the ball with any touch. He doesn't have that feathery touch or anything like that. Those two throws, he should have had touchdowns. I don't know if Zay Flowers was supposed to sit, but throwing it behind Zay Flowers. And the reason why I blame him is because he said he wasn't even trying to throw to Zay Flowers. He was trying to throw another receiver.
That's true, yeah.
And I'm like, what other receiver were you trying to throw to? The only guy that was open was Zay Flowers. So then were you saying that? And then you still thinking it's a touchdown when clearly Lamar, Mr. Likely's foot's on the line.
Man, that Isaiah Likely is one hell of a tight end, though, man. I give him all the credit. I was very impressed with his performance, but I really thought he was in bounds. Now, granted, it was 11:55 on a Thursday night at Duffy's in Plantation, and I was drinking Guinness, but I thought he was in. And then the replay clearly showed he was out of bounds.
Oh, I knew he was out.
Oh, you knew he was out immediately?
Yeah.
I was like, he's in.
I knew he was out because I was like, that throw could have been better, or he could have angled his body a little bit better, but
right.
you left it too close.
I wouldn't have minded a little overtime action sitting around.
It wasn't going to go to overtime. He was going for 2.
You think he was going to go for 2?
Yeah, he already said he was going for 2. You saw it. He was like,
I think I did see him do that. So yeah,
Harbaugh was going to go for 2.
You can't totally blame him. What are you going to do? Go in there and let Patrick Mahomes dice you up? Yeah,
he's seen the Buffalo game.
Yeah, he saw last year's Super Bowl. No, we're good. And that's the other thing he asked. And I'll give Brian Kelly, LSU's coach, some credit to this. When they beat Alabama a couple of years ago, they said, how much thought went into you going for the final play for a touchdown instead of a field goal to tie it? He said, if you woke me up this morning and said, one play, you get one play to beat Alabama, would you take it? And he said, I'll take it any day. One play, you hold your own destiny in your own hands. You don't give the ball or give Patrick Mahomes a chance. Travis Kelce, because they know what they're doing. And not a bad decision to possibly go for 2 if Isaiah Likely's foot is 3 inches further inbounds. Man, that was a game right there. And then yesterday, it was another shootout. It was exciting. It was fun. You are very nervous right now if you are a Packers fan / team owner /
fantasy owner,
anything, man, because Jordan Love went down late trying to make a play, and it is questionable what's going to happen with him. It's not a question with the guaranteed money that he's made, but it is questionable of how much of that he is going to go out there and quote unquote earn this year, because it was pretty nasty, I thought. But we're not worried about that right now. We're worried about Miami getting it done today against FAMU. The pregame starting in just a few minutes. We're going to come back for one more segment.
One more.
Get you ready for where this is the pregame to the Hurricanes game right here on 560 WQAM.
WQAM. Just download the free Odyssey app to listen to all of our shows live or on demand. Plus, there's the cool rewind feature where you can listen to any part of any show you might have missed anytime. Get it now and make WQAM your favorite station.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
That's true. Yesterday's price, not today's price. Big win for the U last week against the Florida Gators. Different game today. Florida A&M, 6 o'clock, Hard Rock Stadium, season opener, home opener for our Hurricanes against the Rattlers. FAMU. Joe Zagacki, Don Bailey Jr. on the call. We've got Danny Rabinowitz coming up in just a couple of minutes. Brian Monroe, Josh Darrow, whole team going to be out there. John Bryant doing some work.
JB.
Pre-game starting in just a couple of minutes. We're going to lead you up to that for the next couple of minutes. We got the post-game, the game, the whole game running. One of those games you just want, first of all, everybody to stay healthy. That's every single game. As we know, Vlad tomorrow will be at church praying that everyone stays healthy. And you want to just take care of business and assert your dominance.
Absolutely.
Texas is asserting their dominance on Michigan right now.
Hey, whooping those Wolverines' ass, man. And how's the Michigan coach coaching without a contract?
That boggles my mind.
That makes no sense to me.
I don't see how that happens in this modern day at a major university, but that's another. We got Mario Cristobal. It's in his 3rd year of 10 years of his contract. He's got his guys in place. This is one of those things we talked about the Dolphins. No excuses. Everyone's paid. Everyone's happy. The front office has done everything they need to do. This is the no excuse year for Mario Cristobal. He got the big transfer quarterback. He's got his guys and his system in place. This is the year that he really has to show some fruits of his labor.
And the conference is down.
And the conference is in front of them, even though we're only 1 game in, because FSU has lost the first 2 games and the first 2 conference games of the year.
Georgia Tech's about to lose right now to Syracuse.
Oh,
they're down 21-14.
Syracuse is in the ACC, so.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Georgia Tech's a ranked team. They had beaten Florida State, so the fact that they're down 21-14, and I don't think does UM play Syracuse? I don't think UM plays Syracuse.
Last game of the year.
Oh, no, I thought it was Wake Forest, but maybe it is
nope,
Syracuse.
Syracuse is the last game of the year.
Cool.
I keep an eye on the UM Syracuse rivalry.
We always finish the year against Syracuse.
It's always a tough game too.
Is it in Syracuse?
I think it is up in Syracuse.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't book my trip yet, but I think it is in Syracuse. It is at Carrier Dome.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be in the top 4 at that point.
I hope it's I hate those games at the Carrier Dome, especially when it's at noon.
We don't know. To be determined.
Is it Thanksgiving weekend?
November 30th, which should be, Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, I hate those.
It's a sleepy game, man. That
Bro,
is a sleepy game.
When you're saying this right now, I'm having flashbacks of when I was producing the games live. And we went to Syracuse right after Thanksgiving. It was bad, bro. We flew in Friday and it was snowing, and you just stuck in Syracuse. Like you're stuck in a hotel.
You make a trip up to Niagara Falls. That's what most people do. Or Buffalo to get some Anchor Bar.
I couldn't do that.
Anchor Bar. You never went to Anchor Bar?
Couldn't do it.
Oh.
It was not because, bro, it was snowing.
That sounds like not great.
Not
Definitely don't want to take the L there, especially with what could be on the line at the very end of the season against Syracuse. So tonight, all you can do is tonight, 6 o'clock kickoff against FAMU. The Rattlers coming in undefeated on the season. They're 2-0, beating Norfolk State and South Carolina State earlier in the year. I saw them against Norfolk State, and they looked decent. It was week 1, but still pretty decent. The quarterback for FAMU is supposed to be pretty good. He is a local product from here in South Florida. Expect them to try to air it out, but hopefully, even though without Reuben Bain Jr., the U can do what they do and earn that 12th ranking in the country. Too early to rank people, as we know. Florida State, they know about that. Michigan looking really, really not good against Texas at the Big House, by the way. Down 20, was it 24-3?
24-3 at the half.
FAU losing 14-7. That's good. It's halftime. They've scored a point. They've come back.
Yeah,
so
possession now.
FAU making things happen. Next week they get FAU in Boca, not Pitbull Stadium. It's in Boca tonight, though, in Pitbull Stadium.
So would FAU Stadium be called Schnellenberg Stadium?
Now, why not rename it? But tonight they open up it's the first official game at Pitbull Stadium.
Yes.
Central Michigan taking on FIU.
You think Pitbull will show up?
Got to.
If Pitbull had a choice, would he go to a FIU game or a UM game?
Honestly?
I think he would go to the UM game.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Come on, man. That's like my best friend. He graduated from University of Louisiana Lafayette. His dad went to ULL. His grandfather, like he was like a third generation Louisiana Lafayette guy. And they were playing each other one time. And I was like, be honest. You want LSU or UL to win? He's like, dude, come on. It's LSU, man. Just got to be honest with yourself sometimes. It's all about the U, man. When you're down here, you can go to Miami-Dade County. You can go to FAU. You can go to FIU. But it's all about the U. You know that. And we're going to have them on in just a couple of minutes. Very excited about that. Brian Monroe, I don't know what he's doing right now, but I can tell you he's looking swagged out. Trying to see. I'm very excited to find out, because we've been talking about this today, what the actual attendance is tonight.
It's gonna be 40. I hope if it's 40, I'll be shocked.
That's nice.
That'd be nice.
I mean, that sounds bad. I mean,
but tickets sold might be different than actual participants being at the stadium.
Right. We know that.
Right.
I'm guessing 45. I'm going to go 45 because, like I said, FAMU has a strong alumni base down here. It's not that far of a trip from Tallahassee.
6 p.m. is a good time to have a game.
It's a great time to have
not
a
too hot.
Mm-hmm.
And the game should be out early, that if you are able to get back to wherever you're going to, you're still able to enjoy that Saturday
And it gives
night.
you time to tailgate and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It still boggles my mind that the tailgate opens at a certain time. Like, people used to show up Thursday night for Saturday night games at LSU. And first time I heard, I was like, well, sure. Like, there was a game at like 6 o'clock here at Miami. And I was like, so what, you want me to get out there like 9 a.m.? They're like, why would you get out there at 9 a.m.? I'm like, to tailgate. They're like, no, the gates don't even open until like 4 hours before. I'm like, only 4 hours of tailgating? It's amazing. Don't know what's going on. Nonetheless, so it doesn't matter. The U will represent tonight. I have a very strong feeling about that. We're going to have that pregame. We're going to have the postgame. We're going to have the whole game. You can get in touch with us at the end of the game. Get your words in, 305-567-0560. Vlad and I will not be on tomorrow for our regular show, but we will be on tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. I keep forgetting, for the postgame show. We're going to have Game Day Uncensored starting 9 o'clock, leading you up to the game. We're going to have Game Day Uncensored the end of the game, going until about 7 o'clock. Vlad's going to be in the locker room. He's going to be getting a feel for things. He's going to be getting some audio and some interviews with some of the players. Post-game, we're going to have the post-game show. We're going to be live here on 560 WQAM, the Odyssey app, and on YouTube and Twitch. Just go to 560 WQAM. Vlad is actually, why don't you just stay over there at Hard Rock Stadium? You're going to the game tonight. You're going to the game tomorrow. Just stick around.
I might. I mean, it's not like the Argentinians and Colombians didn't like make it away from me not to find a spot just to sleep in after the Copa.
I talked to someone yesterday.
The Copa final.
I told you I was out and about last night. I was out at Bob's Your Uncle, and I was talking to someone that was Colombian that was working the stadium that day. He's like, them people wild, man. I can't condone that.
There's got to be an event that I could lay up, lay.
Yeah, just ask. Those people are real nice over there.
That's cool.
I mean, I might as well stay here at the radio station. I mean, I get off late and I get up early. I can't wait. I mean, honestly, Vlad,
we're saying that now. After 3 weeks, I'm sick of this.
Let's end the show the way we began it. Is there a better feeling than walking into a bar, a restaurant, a Duffy's in Plantation, sitting down at the bar, ordering your drink of choice? I like beer. I like Guinness. I like the dark beers. It doesn't matter. Your drink of choice. Vlad likes Corona and he likes Heineken. Maybe you like Long Island iced tea. I don't know. You want to get wild and live your college days. But sitting down, ordering that drink and looking up and seeing football on the TV. Whew.
Yeah, if there was a strip club.
If
there was a strip club.
Your choice. Going to an establishment. Heck, even sitting at home. Maybe you have to work tonight. You and me both. We're all working. Instead of being like, how am I going to pass this dull evening? Turn on the Odyssey app or turn on 560 and say, oh, crap, we got the game on. Hell yeah. I feel good. Everything's going to be all right. I had a rough one a little bit last night, but when I saw that football on the TV, when I saw Vlad coming in today and I heard about this Hurricanes FAMU game, I said, everything's going to be all right. So, Vlad, everything is all right. We've got Hurricanes versus FAMU Rattlers. Pre-game next. This has been Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later
Slug.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota text line at 305 567 0560.